Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
No, just kidding. Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. Oh my god. Is my limiter off? Okay. Welcome back. You know, I've been streaming a lot lately. Thinking about taking a break. No, but what's good? Yeah, bits ain't on. I don't know if I even have bits anymore. Let's find out. Insights. Because you see, we've rescinded our, what do you call it? Our affiliate agreement with Twitch. So we don't have the affiliate agreement anymore. But let's see. Drops. Streaming tools. No, I don't think I have bits anymore. I did this on purpose. Twitch is going down, man. Twitch is going down a dark path, and specifically for someone like me who really likes to talk about shit that might be controversial, I don't want to get banned. And as an affiliate on Twitch, you can't stream with what's the word I'm looking for? You can't stream on other platforms. So I can't stream on YouTube, I can't stream on Facebook, I can't stream on any of that shit. But if I leave the affiliate program, then I can. So now that's 3 different places to get my stuff from. Gum flavored rice. Wow. What up, Gum? Haven't seen that green ass name in a while. Jesus. Whole lot of nothing, my dude. Oh yeah, Snorlax is in the background. I also have my box that I forgot to put away. Whoops. Oof. What you been up to, Gum? Fat ass? Yeah, I know, man. I gotta work out. It's a big problem. Yeah, man. It's been a very vicious 9 months. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Whatever. It's too late, G. I get it. I'm a fat ass. Can't take it back. Yeah, you know, it's been a pretty crazy 9 months. I'm not gonna lie. Went back to work and proceeded to work my ass off for 6 months and made some really, really good progress with it. And then just randomly got fired. That was the weirdest experience of my life, but it was also very devastating. So now we back to square one, boys. But while we're waiting, for Square 2 and Square 3 to put themselves back in place, I figured, hey, let's get back into streaming. Actually, I lost my job like a month ago, but I don't know, I just didn't really have the desire to stream at first. I was really bummed out. I'm not gonna lie to you, but that's okay. What was your job? I was a debt relief consultant for the biggest debt relief company in the nation. And I was damn good at it too. But yeah, it's kind of hard to explain without sounding ableist and stupid, but yeah, that shit was brutal. But now that we're back at square one, it's like, okay, well, we're looking for a new job. That was always what streaming was about anyway. It was just like something fun to do in between jobs, something fun to do in my free time. Like, it was never about, trying to become giant massive, but maybe today, we'll see. I want to get some debates lined up, but man, you can't interview people who are banned on Twitch. And Destiny got banned yesterday, so if we were to interview him, it'd have to be on YouTube only. It's kind of stupid, but what have you guys been up to? Tell me about your 9 months. While I write down the plan for the next 4 hours. Wait 1 minute. Okay. I sent Destiny this giant schizo email. Alright. Alright, let's make my plan for the next 4 hours. Then we'll boot up some sort of game of some kind to pass the time. Okay. So 1. Destiny. Well, let's start with why we're back. What our goals are. Your camera seems like you put in a filter. Let's see. Is that better? I think this is better. For some reason it was like super exposured. Okay, let's go for auto white balance. And then autofocus. Okay, I think that looks better. Yeah, we have a backlight now. I'm not using those LEDs anymore. Okay. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay. Okay, cool. Wait. Just gotta check the grid. Where's the grid? I don't even see the grid anymore. Rip. The grid is gone, boys. Oh! Hell yeah. We're right in the middle, baby. Fuck yeah. Oh, you guys can't see the grid. Never mind. Fuck you. Okay. Wow. Okay. Did I have F keys? Let's go to my screen. Okay, good, good. That's the wrong screen. Okay, cool, cool. Let's see here. This would be screen 2. We'll make that screen 1. There we go. All right, boys. Jesus Christ, it's been a while. Oh my God. You see, I didn't plan on coming back. I was actually just gonna wallow in self-pity for the next, I don't know, forever. But then this horrible shit starts happening, and it's like, if Destiny's gone off of Twitch, if all these other people who like to debate are gone off of Twitch, then what's the next step? Are we just all fucked and doomed forever now? So I kind of got a little doomer pilled, and I was like, damn, well, I can't try my damnedest. Okay, well, why we're back, what our goals are, what the next few weeks, months look like. He who must not be named, why he was banned, why it's retarded, I can't use that, why it's stupid, dumb, transgender. What was that thing going on recently? Transgender sports, variety hour. All right, cool. Now we have the next 4 hours planned. Let me get this going right here. And let me get my stupid ugly mug off of it. Oh my God. What up, Shags? Shaggy, everybody. He's actually been streaming all this time. Remember, we started, and then Shaggy started, but my friends, Shaggy never stopped. You see, because a man knows when he doesn't have enough bread, and he has to keep going for the bread. And this man, he's getting all the bread. All the bread. Debate who? There will probably be some of that, but I don't know if that's going to happen today. Basically, the next few weeks is going to be towards, like, curating this account and shit, and let me get this off. I can't show Discord anymore either. Jesus. Man, so much shit can get you banned now, but the next few weeks is just going to be about, like, curating our content and kind of, like, slowly doing a shift. But essentially my goal is that no matter what, I'm going to pretty much always be playing some sort of video game, so that there's always content for people who like to watch games. But I also want to try to get as much debate in as possible, because that's the whole reason I'm coming back anyway. But it's not going to be like last time either, where I feel like last time I definitely did want to debate people, but I kind of just shit posted in their Twitches and shit. Now I'm going to be doing like Discord messages, emails, PMs, go to their address, throw some rocks through their window, maybe kidnap one of their children in a video game, whatever has to be done. But pretty much the goal is just going to be get it done. All right, now let me get the chat pulled up on my thing. I know there's a way to do it. I don't remember how to pull the chat up on OBS, and honestly, I don't care. So we'll just pull up the restream chat. Here we go. Wow, shockingly, no messages from the YouTube side. Honestly, I expect the YouTube to be extremely dead for the first few weeks, but I want to just keep like posting videos and stuff and kind of have like some mini essays going in. I think tonight I'll make like a little PowerPoint, and then tomorrow I'll have a little mini essay. Wait, are there channel points? Let's see. I mean, I still have my thing, so surely there must be, right? I don't know exactly what the deal is there. All right, let's Now, I had a few games in mind for today. Plants vs. Zombies Game of the Year Edition. I feel like that was a good start. We also have Vampire Survivors, just a really, just a nice relaxing game to play. Rogue Tower a little less, or no, it's also relaxing. Risk of Rain, very not relaxing. Let's start with Vampire Survivors. I can play that with a controller. All right, so why are we back? Why are we back? Give me 1 second and I'll tell you exactly why. Okay, I can't do this on the screen. See, fucking people idolize everything nowadays. Dang! Got some tattoos, by the way, this year. I'll show you in a minute. All right, handsome boys and girls. So we got oh shit, wrong thing. So we got there's no real easy way to show this to you. Ankylosaurus. I really like dinosaurs, remember? So all my tattoos are paleontology related. It's an ankylosaurus. Took a few hours. Kind of dark. Sorry. Oh, you know what it is? I don't have a selfie light anymore. Anyways, and then here's my other one. It's another dinosaur. This would be Allosaurus jimenseni. So, I plan on getting a full sleeve, but kind of takes time, costs money. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's get some music going. Jesus, Christmas. Does this game have music? Actually does. Okay, sick. Flashing is for dumbasses? Alright. So why are we back? Well, basically, I feel like the last few weeks has been utter cancer for Twitch community and Twitch politics. So much so that nobody even knows if Twitch politics is going to be a thing anymore. And honestly, I think that is really, really sad. I think it's really sad that the reason we don't want to have politics is because of the hard conversations. The reason we don't want to have politics is because it's cringe. Jesus fucking Christ, people. And I think the saddest reason of all is because you have can fucks, spineless, degenerate scum who are so afraid of different ideas that, I don't know, man, just bringing it up is enough to trigger the fuck out of them. I can't mention any names because, as we've seen just 2 days ago, you can get banned off of Twitch for even mentioning these people, you know, should they happen to fall under a certain category. I'm not even gonna mention the fucking category. But you know what I'm talking about. So, wait, maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. Either way, I think this whole thing is just so garbage. And where do we go from here? I think the answer is nowhere. So I came back. And I said, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give it my best shot again. I think last time I was just getting high a lot and being really lazy, and my biggest goal was like telling people that I was gonna fuck their moms, and like, I think that was pretty much it, honestly. All the unique ways in which I could tell someone I was gonna fuck their mom. And also, I think I was actually, even though I had the right ideas for debate, I think I was really bad at it. What I'll probably do in a minute here is we're gonna listen to some of my past debates, and you can see how unbelievably shit they are. Yeah, and I don't think that it's because I like had bad intent or anything like that. I think I was just young and getting, you know, into it. Did you like study debate for the past time you weren't streaming? Honestly, yes. Yes, I've been, while you guys were playing video games, while you guys were watching Twitch fall apart, I was studying the blade. Okay? While you guys were watching Twitch turn into a cesspool of degenerate, scumfuck, cancerous trash, I was studying the blade. And while you guys were watching Fortnite lobbies get spammed with the N-word, I was studying the blade. Twitch is trash, hallelujah. That's all I'm saying. And something that I've realized is, so you guys remember when we watched debate before, who was my favorite debater? It was Destiny, right? I always thought that he was really, really good at debate. What I've started to realize as I've studied the blade is that, as a matter of fact, Destiny is not very good at debating. He's kind of just average or below average even at debating. That's not his fault. I don't think that he's like a retard or anything. But there's like this whole nother dimension of like debating that you can get into that's like actually really productive and really solid. Studying, but at what cost? Honestly, dude, what did it cost me is everything. I mean, it's not like I had really much of a community to begin with. I didn't really try to foster or grow my community much. I had a few loyal fans, you, Gum, yeah, so I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't really like try to create loyal fans. I didn't try to create long-standing people. And if you notice, like, people who I would debate, I would like rage at. And it took me a long time to realize, all right, we're gonna get real raw here for a second, okay? It took me a long time to realize that I don't rage at people because I'm mad. I rage at people because I'm autistic as fuck. I always thought that that was like kind of just like some bullshit excuse, like mental illness thing, but for some people it's not. And for someone like me who was told that they were autistic at a very young age, I kind of just denied it my whole life. But now that we're going back with those fresh eyes and this fresh perspective, I feel like I can really easily analyze what I did wrong, but also understand like what triggered me and how to stop it from happening again. So honestly, I feel really positive going forward. You have autism? Yes, I'm autistic as fuck, my friend. Holy fuck. Oh my god. It's actually, I'm not gonna lie to you, and this is gonna sound kind of retarded, but it's kind of the reason that I got fired. Yeah. So one of the issues that I deal with, and this isn't like an autism thing, this is just something that is commonly paired with autism. You seem very calm for someone with autism. Yeah, you should have seen me like 4 years ago, my dude. Something that is really commonly paired with people with autism is sensory overload disorder. And it's exactly what it sounds like. Just like too much of some of like one of the senses can like just like trigger you essentially. And that's exactly what happens to me. I actually didn't, yeah, like too many things happening, exactly. And I actually never really realized that that's what's happened to me. It used to happen to me a lot as a kid. Like as a kid, like if I would get up in the morning and my mom would put the curtains back, I would like scream and start crying. Or like whenever I got my hair cut, to this day I can't get my hair cut normally because when the razor touches the back of my ears, the vibration like makes my skin tingle. Like I can't stay still, even as an adult. So these are all just things that like affect me. But with that all in mind, I think before I was raging at people, or rather it sounded like I was raging at people, but what was actually happening was I was just going through some sensory overload and I just kind of talk loudly and I just sound aggressive as fuck. That's exactly why I got fired, is I didn't do anything wrong or say anything wrong. I had a call with a client that sounded really aggressive because I'm an aggressive sounding person, but it's a problem that I've had my entire fucking life. And I did try to warn them about it several months in advance. It's kind of sad, it's not even your fault. It was honestly one of the most devastating things that have ever happened to me in my life. As a matter of fact, check this out. My job was a phone job, and it was right here. This is my work computer. I haven't returned it yet. This is my food I was just eating. There's my work phone, right? I was doing it just 1 foot away from where I am right now, just 1 foot to the right is where my life got destroyed in front of my fucking face. But, you know, we're looking positive going forward. We're trying to be positive about it, you know. It was unfortunate that it happened and kind of shitty, and I didn't really feel like it was my fault. But that is the nature of the beast. All right, let's like this. You learn from your mistakes. Yeah, exactly. I mean, honestly, and this might sound kind of big-headed to me, but I've really meditated on it a lot. I don't think there's a single thing I could have done to stop myself from getting fired here other than just not be autistic. Because I can't just stop myself from experiencing sensory overload. It's like telling someone who has like dyslexia, just read it right. Or telling someone who's like hard of hearing, like just hear it right. Like it's just not an option, right? Like so I don't really like blame myself like, oh, I should have like I should have sounded better, I should have changed my tone. No, because even in the moment I recognize that my tone sounds like shit. I just can't do anything about it. But that's kind of the goal going forward, basically, is now that I know that this is all happening, and now that I know that this is like a part of my life, it's like, what can I do to make this into something positive? And I actually think that there's a lot of positivity that comes from being autistic. One of those things is that I'm really good at like hyper analyzing both myself and others. I used to say it all the time, remember? It's very rare for someone to be able to stop themselves mid-thought and recognize that they're wrong. That's a very rare thing. Most people can't do that. But I actually can do that. I kind of denied it for a long time, but I actually definitely can do that. And I think that's a super valuable tool, because when you're in a debate with somebody, you can build a bridge so quickly by saying, okay, actually you're right here. Like, let me take a step back. I was wrong about what I said. Let's recontextualize this with your thing in mind. Like, you can make so much ground with somebody by giving them that. It feels like you're taking an L, but you're not. Like, and I used to say this all the time. Remember, it's not an L to admit that you're wrong. It's an L to pretend that you're right. But, that's Twitch politics right now, is, oh, I couldn't possibly be wrong. We've all seen, like, the Demon Mama debates and shit like that, where this person is just, hey, I've proven you to be wrong multiple times. You're just not listening to me. You're just not listening to me. You just don't care about what I'm saying. It's like, okay, like, this person isn't even capable of self-awareness, let alone analyzing their mistakes. But if that's something unique that I can provide to Twitch politics, and I'd like to do that, the question is, can that be effective or useful at all? And I have no idea. That's what these next few weeks are going to be for, is kind of preliminary testing on that. I truly wonder if it'll even make a difference, or if people will just continue to be equally stupid and I'll just be the only one noticing it. But maybe that's an audience too? I don't know. It's like weird to think about, right? Like, is there an audience for people who don't want to see people be dumb? I don't know. Because that shit is so fucking fun to watch. Oh my god. Did you guys see the, oh my god, it was some of the funnest shit I've ever seen. Let's talk about some shit that happened while I was gone. Jesus, it was the Destiny Haas interview, or the Destiny Haas debate that happened on the Dylan Burns podcast. Oh my god, dude. I told you guys, I begged you guys, and none of you listened to me. And now look at me. Look at how aged my takes are, like a fine wine. I told you all that Haas was fucking crazy. I told you guys, he's not just like weird. I told you guys, he is beyond that. He is actually legitimately crazy. And nobody believed me. And look at me now, baby. Oh my god, I'm rolling in fucking W's. Holy shit, the cat came so far out of the bag. There weren't even any cats anymore. It was just empty bags everywhere. When he went to like some random street address to like meet some other Twitch streamer to fight him, and then he called the cops on him? Oh my god, dude. That dude is legitimately insane. That was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, just like macho manning in general is so stupid, but if you're gonna macho man that you want to fight somebody, at least follow through with it and actually fight somebody. Don't macho man that you're gonna fight him and then call the cops like a little fucking bitch. Oh my god, dude. But you know who would do that is someone who's absolutely fucking insane, like Haas Infrared. Dude, exactly. And I don't know how into the Haas lore you are, but there's literally like, he's talking to Trainwrecks TV, I think. And, no, it's not Train, it's Zerka. He's talking to John Zerka. And Zerka's like, bro, like, these are just like online debates. And he's like, no, it's not, bro. This is war. This is fucking war for me. This is real fucking life. This isn't online. This is my war. And it's like, this dude is nuts. He's nutty. That's not some shit that you say when you like are normal. I don't know, man. Like, if you feel like what you have to say online is like the difference between life and death, like, oh my god, dude. You are terminally EverQuest next. You are just lost in the sauce, my friend. You are fucking Maple Story. You are terminally online. You're basically an NPC. Yeah, I mean, I get it. There's no such thing as normal, right? But why is it that like on Twitch, normal is like, I'm gonna try to fight you in real life and then call the cops on you? Oh my god. And you motherfuckers just eat it up! Ah! Not you guys specifically, but it makes me upset, man, because everyone on Twitch, they see Haas Infrared doing that. They know he's crazy, but they want to watch him because it's entertaining for them. It's like, bro, I know it's entertaining for you, but you have to understand, this guy's going through legitimate mental anguish. This dude is suffering. This dude is not having fun. Like, I don't know. But, you know, I guess it's weird to feel like sympathy for him because he is such a douchebag and he has done so many shitty things to so many people. But at the same time, it's like, he can't help that he's crazy. Was it like, I really have sympathy to like people who are crazy, man. Like you didn't like choose that shit. You were born that way, you know? Like as someone who was born a different way and just had to suffer for it his whole life, I get it, man. Shit sucks ass. The more crazy something is, the more people watch. Yeah, and I think that's toxic as fuck. The whole Anna drama shit, how people are just eating this shit up for months and months and months. She's literally on streams, screaming and crying and begging people to stop. And everyone's like, oh, this is so funny. Let me take out my fucking camera and record this shit. It's like, bro, you guys are vile. That shit is vile, man. That is beyond fucked up to me. And yeah, she like, you could say like she deserved what she got because like she stalked a person for months and months and months and months and months. But you have to understand that like, again, people don't choose to be crazy, man. They're just fucking born that way. And it sucks and it's not their fault. And the best thing we can do is not watch these people so that they don't get this attention and traction so that their mental illness isn't expanded by it. And by the way, this isn't like a new thing either. Like for years and years, it's been pretty common knowledge, especially on YouTube, that when someone is mentally ill, you probably shouldn't be like mass watching their content because you're like inspiring them and you're actually in some cases like helping to make their mental illness worse. But nobody gives a fuck. It's all hilarious now. But there's also two sides to that coin. Like, I don't blame a 13-year-old kid for watching Haas break down. When you have these lefties on Twitter with their unbelievable like designer mental illness, like, oh my gosh, yeah, I have depression and it's so hard for me and my anxiety controls my life. Yeah, it must be so fucking hard for you. And when none of it controls any of their life, they don't understand what it's like to have a minute of mental illness. They don't understand what any of that mental anguish is like. I can understand a 12-year-old seeing Haas Infrared and not understanding that shit's crazy. Bro, check DMs. Oh god, we're getting into it already. Where are the my DMs on Discord? Oh, okay. Just make it no hacks? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll do that for you right now, Kiwi. 1 moment. He wants me to turn the multi-craft server back on. Let me do that. I'm not gonna lie, it might take me a minute, okay? But what's up, Kiwi? Jesus Christ, it's been a minute. Yeah, that's all I'm saying is like, it's this designer mental illness age is so disgusting to me and vile, where all these people are just so fascinated with talking about how fucked up they are. And don't get me wrong, like, even me bringing this up, like, it sounds ableist, right? Because it's like, oh, you're making fun of people who may have mental illness. But I'm not, though, because like you're never gonna hear me say this about like Anavoir or Haas Infrared or even like Xander Hall or some shit. Like you're never gonna hear me say these things about these people. Like the fact is, like, some people are just terminally online and just want to say that shit to be popular. Well, I'm getting a text message. My god, everyone wants to fucking talk to me right now. Or a Wi-Fi password. Jesus Christ. My God. Okay. Turn on the multi-craft server. Let's see if this works. Start. Okay, but the thing is I probably have to update the version. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's updating. The server is updating, Kiwi. God, this music is like droning the fucking life out of me. Okay, we can't pause while we're in a pick thingy. Give me 1 second. Okay. Alright, let's get some generic NCS music going here. Classic. Jesus. Not this one. I feel like I'm CSGO surfing again. Oh man. Isn't there like just like generic lo-fi? Let's see, NCS lo-fi. Here we go. Does this even sound like lo-fi? Whoever made this mix, YouTube, fuck you. Oh my god. The fact that you're listening to this and thinking it's lo-fi, you're actually fucking brain dead. Holy shit. It must be a Haas infrared viewer that designed this. That made this mix. Yeah, you know, 4 on the floor house music, you know, lo-fi. Jesus Christ. Lo-fi these nuts. Jesus Christ, this is loud as fuck. Yeah, there we go. You like how I just gave up on it though and I'm now not trying to watch? All I'm saying is like, it's just fucked up to me, I don't know. I couldn't like, just imagine you're in my spot, right? You stream for like a year. Oh my god, you fucking die really easily in Vampire Survivor. No, you stream for like a year, you like stop because like, you know, you get back to a full-time job. It's not really working out. And then you just kind of watch the community over the next year just get worse and worse and worse and worse. And then eventually we get to this point where everything is so vile and fucking disgusting that we're like banning people that we just disagree with. Just flat out, just, oh, I disagree with them, get them fucking banned. It's like, Jesus Christ, man, Twitch going to die? That's my opinion, yeah, I think that Twitch is going down. But it makes you wonder, like, this is what we need to understand, right? Twitch is owned by Amazon. So in theory, Twitch could never die because they can just constantly absorb the cost. So Twitch can just forever go on doing this shit. And the thing is, degenerate scumfuck streamers, like, I don't know, every big streamer now, all these degenerate fucks, they don't care about, like, what's moral or whatnot. If Twitch is doing all this disgusting shit, but they're willing to pay them the same ad revenue, they're willing to pay them fucking Hasanabi levels of ad revenue where you're making $2 million every other month, they're not gonna stop. They're not gonna stop watching. You think they give a fuck about that shit? I don't know if you guys have noticed, but for Twitch, morals have nothing to do with like what you're like about as a streamer. Like, morals are convenient to you in a moment and then quickly tossed aside. I mean, we've seen it in this, Jesus Christ, and I'm very, very hesitant to talk about it, the transgender sports debate stuff that's going on right now, where you see people just saying horrible things towards women just because they feel that their argument is right. Well, look, if your argument is right, that's fine, but now you're literally justifying misogyny, so now you're no better than anybody else. All good, G. Yeah, do your thing, buddy. It's just, love you too, buddy. It's just a weird scenario. I don't know, it's so strange. Like, I never thought I would hear lefties say, like, if women don't belong in sports, then so be it. I never thought I would hear a lefty say that. And when I heard that shit, it made me feel so sad. And, like, not sad as in, like, oh my god, I had to start, like, now I have to start clout chasing too. It's like, bro, this is politics on Twitch. And as much as I hate to say it, this is the most prolific debate sphere in the world. There's nowhere else that you can go and have constant debate like this. There's nowhere else you can do it. Twitch is this unique, beautiful place where you have all these differing opinions that can come together in theory and talk about shit that's hard to talk about. But now we're throwing that aside because we disagree too much with them? I don't know, man. And like, it's not even that hard of an argument, right? What happens if you take all the Nazis off of Twitch? Just ask yourself, what happens if you take all the Nazis off of Twitch? Where do they go? They go to 4chan, right? So if someone wants to hear a Nazi idea, they want to hear what Nazis are about, they're like on the fucking fence, they're about to become a crazy white supremacist, well, now you're telling them to go to 4chan to get their ideas. Go to 4chan and listen to what a bunch of random degenerate fucks have to say. They're gonna twist history. They're gonna say all this crazy shit that you can't verify because you're just hearing it in this vacuum chamber, right? Like, or this echo chamber, I guess. Like, you're hearing all this shit, and then you have no idea if it's true or not. And then because you're on the fence, you kind of just swing to that side. It's happened all the time. It happened to me. When I was a kid, there was no Twitch like debate or anything like that. In 2012, I went on to 4chan to see these ideas, and I became a crazy fucking person because of it that believes some unbelievably crazy shit. No volume. Holy fuck, it's good to see you, friend. Welcome back. But I went down that rabbit hole, right? And when I was like 14 and shit, and I was probably like a fucking incel. Like, I was on R9K all the time, Robot 9001, talking about how I'll be forever alone and how women they only want chads. And it's not because I was a fool. It's not because I am unable to think with an open mind. I'm better at doing that than everyone on this fucking platform combined. But like I say in my emails to Destiny and shit, and like I say all the time, it's like my motto now, just because you have an open mind doesn't mean you won't be closed-minded. We often conflate those two things. It's like, I know, dude, it's been unbelievably long, 9 months as a matter of fact, like a fucking pregnancy. But we often conflate these two things in our mind. We hear that someone's being closed-minded and we say, oh, okay, they're unable to open their mind. No, they might just be unwilling in that moment. There might just be some circumstances that make them not want to do that. And that's stupid as fuck too, but it's a different method of attack, right? How do you attack someone who you know is not going to change their mind? You just shit on them. How do you attack someone who you know might change their mind in the right circumstances? You try to put them in those circumstances. It's a very different, Jesus Christ, approach. Playing so bad right now. I might just go to Plants vs. Zombies. This is bad. Yeah, no worries, no volume. You'll see me over the next few days here probably, as we get back into everything. Permanent 30% area starts with temporary cooldown bonus. That's kind of cool. 5% might, move speed, and curse every 10 levels, max 20%. Let's go for llama. That sounds cool. Yeah, man, it just makes you wonder, like, what is everyone's goal here? Like, and then you see the Twitch debaters, and you see what happens when they're put through something that's even mildly difficult to talk about, or controversial, or hard, or anything, and they immediately just go, okay, well, what's going to get me the most views? What's going to get the most people listening to me? What's going to get the most people to, virtue signal in my general direction? What can I say to virtue signal in their general direction? And that's all the takes now. It's all of them. It's all of them. And you can't even, like, at me about it. It's sad. Like, all the people who actually use their brain to think, I'm not saying they were right, they just used their brain to think, even if they came up with the wrong answer. All those people are now banned off of Twitch. It's stupid. And and there are some people who aren't banned off of Twitch yet, but they don't want to be on Twitch because they know what it's like. And it's like, so now Twitch is going to become this giant echo chamber. So it's 4chan now. Great. So now we've created 4chan for lefties. Is that what you guys want? I don't think it's what I want. I don't think it's what anybody wants. I think the whole point of Twitch politics, what makes it so interesting, even the blood sports, I'm not big on the blood sports, but even the blood sports, what makes it interesting is the differing opinions. You can't have blood sports if everybody agrees. That's not blood sports. That's just called a discussion. It's not even a debate anymore. And we're getting rid of all of that. So now what? Everybody's got to go to what? Fucking, Facebook or some shit to get their streaming done, or, they're gonna have to stream in VR or whatever that shit is that they're doing on Facebook, AR. Like, what's the fucking plan now? And everybody says the same thing. Twitch is gonna die, Twitch is gonna die. I don't know, man. Because what you guys are assuming when you say that is that people are gonna wise up to this. And the thing is, I think people already have, but nobody gives a fuck. I don't think anybody thinks that Twitch is a good company with great community guidelines that really like consistently takes care of its people. I don't think anybody thinks that, but everybody still watches. And the answer is obviously because it's entertaining as fuck to see people get super, super triggered and mad. And I agree. It is super entertaining, but you shouldn't try to trigger the fuck out of everybody, and you certainly shouldn't act triggered when you find someone you disagree with. I can't handle the fake outrage, spite, like, accusation bullshit that we're in nowadays. Did you just make an ableist comment towards me? I can't believe you did that, because, like, bro, you need to relax. And when I say bro, for all those who don't know, I said bro my whole life. I say bro as a, as a generality? I don't know. It's not a gendered statement, okay? Jesus Christ. It's like saying guys. But it's just unbelievable, man. And I have to make disclaimers like that because there are people watching like a hawk, ready to, well, actually, Pons, when you said that, it actually is some form of misgendering, and it actually is a little bit ableist because if you think about it, and it's just like, it's so sad. But I also see a lot of good happen here. Like, if so much good has happened on Twitch, despite all this shit and all this bad. Do we remember all the good that came from debates with people like JonTron or Jesus? Remember a theme? Oh my God! Everybody who went on Trainwrecks TV. You guys remember those? If you're under 13, you don't remember those. And if you don't remember those, you're welcome. And the reason for that is because people who were brave enough to go and tell those people they were retarded went and did it. But now we want to get all those people out of here. Oh, we can't have any people who, you know, say some shit that, oh my God, it's mildly controversial, holy fuck. Or people who say shit specifically to trigger people. And I think we've lost trolling. Can I just ask you guys, what does trolling mean to you? Just think about it. You don't have to answer me specifically. Just think about it to yourself. What does trolling mean to you? Because it means a lot of different things to different people. Like, nowadays, like, what I would consider trolling, a lot of people consider to be like harassment or like brigading. Like, I don't know if you guys watched it was a Hippy Dippy Roundtable last night, and it was about this kind of thing, and there were people saying like, all these people are brigading against me, and people go, okay, well, what did they say to you? Well, they messaged me and said, I'm not harassing you. That's not brigading. That's not brigading, bro. I hate to break it to you, okay? If you think that's brigading, if you think that that's what it's like to be brigaded on, then holy fuck, you live under a tent, and that tent takes away your vision of life. You are concealed, don't field. You are stuck behind some barrier of cognitive dissonance, or you're just lying. Because it is not brigading. I agree, it's fucked up, of course, but being fucked up on the internet to someone isn't harassing them, okay? I'm sorry. If that were true, then Destiny getting banned yesterday would be harassment, right? Because it's a bunch of targeted people trying to come out against it. Of course it's not harassment to get him banned. Is it brigading to get him banned? I don't really think so. I think he just got banned. We can argue that that was bullshit, and I think it was bullshit for sure, but I'm not gonna say it's brigading, because that somehow, well, actually that makes my argument stronger if I use the word brigading instead of just saying like it was a targeted ban. Because if I just say targeted ban, nobody's gonna listen. But if I say brigading, now everyone's gonna go, oh my God. It's like, bro, you don't have to lie to make your shit more believable. If what you say is true, people will listen. That's just the truth. And that's something that I learned. That's something that I learned about a niche that I have, is that I can get people to listen on either side because I just say things that I know to be true, and I don't care about what brownie points it's gonna get me or who it's gonna, because I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to them, right? When Haas Infrared debates somebody, when Vosh debates somebody, when fucking all these people debate somebody, they're not talking to the person they're debating, they're talking to you through them. They're trying to put them on display and make a joke out of them. I don't like that shit. I think that shit is ultra cringe. Ultra cringe. And I think it's ultra cringe for a great multitude of reasons, but the biggest of which would be that the person doesn't feel like you're listening to them. I don't know if you guys have ever been in a debate like that, and of course I'm not expecting you to have been. Over my, I think it was like what, 8-9 months of streaming, I debated a few people for sure. I got into some pretty heated ones, but I've debated a lot more people in person. Either way, if you lose ground with somebody, it is almost impossible to gain it back. That's one of the first things you learn as a general rule of debate. Trust is built in an hour and destroyed in a second, okay? It is very, very hard to keep someone trusting you. But one of the ways you can do that is by constantly making affirming statements to them. You know, like, you know what they say, like, to do to babies and shit? I know it sounds super patronizing. It's not patronizing. It actually goes a long, 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 long way. Saying shit like, I acknowledge what you're saying, or I believe that you believe that's true, or I understand that you believe that's true. Just people hearing that a lot of the time will make them get off of this huge like soapbox that they're on and kind of come back to reality and make them more willing to listen to you. It really does work. But you have to be respectful to the other person, and you can't be talking to someone who isn't there. And honestly, those conversations are cringe as fuck anyway. Like the conversations where you're just not even talking to anybody, you're just talking to yourself. You're just talking to your fucking community. You see, guys, you see what he's into, like the demon mama shit, where you just like make all these crazy faces the whole time, like you just make increasingly more ridiculous faces to like explain to your audience that you think what they're saying is ridiculous. Like you can just say it. You can just say it with words. You think the person on the other side of the screen feels good when you do that shit? Just imagine you came home from school. Your dad's like, "What'd you do at school today, son?" "Well, Dad, today I went on the gym." "The fucking gym? You went to the gym?" Like, nobody likes to be talked to like that, okay? It makes you feel like fucking garbage. But on Twitch, it's like super funny to do it. It's super like, oh, Keck, win. I don't know, man. It's cringe. It's gotta stop. I mean, it doesn't have to stop, but if you want productive debate, it has to stop. And honestly, I think that productive debate is possible here, even possibly with people like Demon Mama. I know that's crazy for someone like me to say, because I used to say things like I would never debate them. I used to say things like I would never debate Vosh. I said that a million times. I refuse to debate Vosh. I will never debate him as long as I live, because I know that he's not talking to me, he's talking to his audience. But I think now that I could break that. I think that can be broken from people. I don't think it's unbelievably hard to do so. I'm not like patting my own back. I think most people can do it. Like, I just think it takes a little bit of self-discipline. But ask yourself, and you know the answer to this, right? Does anybody on Twitch have self-discipline? No. I mean, Trainwreck's, what was it, last year when he said he spends 80 grand a year on Uber Eats? These people don't have any fucking self-control, guys. They have zero fucking self-control. They spend double what I make in a year on Uber Eats. Does that sound like control to you? Does that sound like someone who has their life together? Does that sound like someone whose opinions you should listen to when you're talking about politics and shit? Probably the fuck not, right? Jesus Christ. Or people like Haas Infrared who want to drive to a random city to try to fight somebody and then call the cops on them and then go back on his stream and pretend like he tried to fight them? Do you think these people have any self-control? Do you think they have any idea of what normal looks like? Or no. And they say it all the time. I'm not like saying like this revolutionary stuff. You hear it all the time, but they say it as a joke. It triggers me every time I hear it on Twitch. We're not normal people. We're like all douchebags and stuff. No, they're absolutely telling you the fucking truth. This is actually 100% true, I'm not lying. This is extremely valuable advice that I wish I knew as a kid. Okay, I'm 24 now, I'm still a kid, but this is advice that I wish I knew when I was 18, okay? And I promise you it's true. There are zero circumstances in which what I'm about to say is not true. If someone is telling you they are crazy, they are. That's it. If someone is telling you they're crazy, they are. I can't tell you how many people I have had come to me in my life and tell me at one point that they are crazy motherfuckers. And I didn't believe them because I thought that there was some good in them. But they are telling you that they're crazy. When people tell you they are crazy, believe them. I implore you, people. Chat, believe them, okay? Believe me when I tell you to believe them, okay? It will save your life one day. I was 2 weeks into a relationship with a girl before she told me she was crazy. But I kept dating her. And the rest of the relationship was utter fucking garbage. And you know why? Because she was crazy. Because she told me and I didn't listen. So when people tell you on Twitch, hey, we're crazy, we're not like normal people, we're all assholes, we don't give a fuck about any of this shit, they're telling you the truth, okay? They don't give a fuck about any of this shit. They're not being cute. They are all assholes, okay? Someone who actually gives a fuck about the situation wouldn't even make a fucking joke like that at a specific time that you hear these people do it, okay? You're never gonna hear me go on this huge fucking rant and then be like, well, what do I know? I don't give a fuck about any of this shit. I'm actually just trolling all of you. You're never gonna hear me do that shit, okay? But that shit is so fucking triggering to me. I know it's triggering to some of you too. I know some of you think it's really funny, and I know some of you think it's really cool, but I know that some of you fucking hate it. And I'm with you. I fucking hate it as well. I think it's cringe. I think it's horrible. I think it's ruining Twitch. But, and here's the really base take, okay? I hate to break it to you guys, but that is literally fucking white people, man. I don't know what to say. And I don't mean it like fuck. This isn't like a fuck white people argument. I'm not saying it's like legitimately people with white skin. I'm saying this is a rich people in America thing. It's not like these like all the people who go to Twitch are rich people in America, okay? And now you see rich people in America, the different lives that they live and how they grow up without ever having to learn things like self-respect or self-discipline or how to show common courtesy to others or manners, or they never learn any of these fucking things. They never learn any of them. Did you guys see the Vice interview with Hasanabi? This dude has never learned how to be like couth a day in his life. He doesn't know what the word fucking couth means, dude. He has no idea. And he's like, and he's huge, like 30,000 people watching him look at like shit all day. Meanwhile, he's like sending porn stars thousands and thousands of dollars. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's so obvious to me, but it's not very obvious to a lot of you, and that's fine. But I think a good way to start, a good piece of advice for you to start to see these flaws is understand when someone tells you they're crazy, they fucking are. They are crazy. Okay? I mean, ask your mom. Okay. Jesus, none of this is lo-fi. Can we get some serious lo-fi or what? Is that just not gonna happen? We just don't get lo-fi hip-hop? Okay, here we go. 4 hours. Hell yeah. Didn't know about Hassan? Oh my god, dude. You gotta understand, Gum. He just made a video recently with... He just did an interview with Vice. And let's just watch it. I'm just gonna show you like a minute or two of it. But he pretends... Like he's like, oh, I'm sorry, Jake Mew, my bad. I didn't even see you there. I guess it's not, why did this not show up in the restream chat? My bad, Jake Mew, that's really weird. Anyways, so Hassan makes this video with Vice, and he claims that he's the one who started Twitch politics. Jesus Christ. And what's the video called? How Hassan Piker became our generation's top political pundit. We're not gonna watch the whole thing.
Other pundits. I was already playing with these guys, so I was like, you know, this would be interesting if I just strapped the camera on and just started broadcasting it. And it started growing and growing. And before I knew it, I had 1,000 people watching, and then 2,000, 4,000. Right around that time, I said something about 9/11 that like everyone agrees with, but in a way that no one will say or agree with.
This is awesome. Check out this active history rewriting. Let's see what everyone got mad at him for.
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it. Like, we fucking totally brought it on ourselves, dude.
I don't know if you guys remember, but this is not why people got mad at Hassan. They got mad at Hassan, I'm pretty sure, because he said he was gonna fuck this dude in his eye hole or whatever. He like made a joke about this dude's eye who got like blown off in like during the war or whatever. That's what everyone got mad about. It had nothing to do with him saying that we deserve 9/11. I don't think that's even a mildly controversial thing nowadays to say, though some may disagree with it. I don't think it's very controversial. It was because he said he was gonna like fuck Dan Crenshaw's eye hole or whatever. I mean, that's kind of fucked up, man. I don't know. And we're just gonna, and he's just pretending that that's not what happened.
Holy shit.
It was complex, not Vice.
How is anything I'm saying controversial? Like, we fucking fund the people who
just
did
skipped right over the clip.
Still to this day.
Whoops. Yeah, and I love it was 1,000 viewers, and then 2,000, and then 3,000. Just completely forgetting the part where he would make videos about, like, how to, like, borderline rape women and shit. Do you guys remember this shit? You guys remember this shit, right? I'm not making this shit up. It's really old. I can't find it. He used to say some crazy, crazy shit about the female race there. He would constantly say shit like, what else? He would talk about how Lady Gaga was like a transvestite in disguise. I don't know, man. We're just gonna pretend like he was this awesome woke dude. This is what I'm talking about. You grow up rich, you're a college frat boy, no one's ever challenged you, you've lived your whole life in like this wealthy, you've never learned manners, you've never learned how to be nice, you've never learned how to tell the truth, none of that shit matters to you. And that's everybody on fucking Twitch. It just triggers the fuck out of me. It makes me so mad, because it's like, what are we playing at here? Like, does anybody even give a fuck that this dude is like such a piece of shit? But then it makes me wonder, like, are all the people who are watching him, like, are they also like just rich kids? Like, I don't know, man. I imagine it's probably a combination of rich kids and kids who are too young to understand what the fuck they're watching. But to me, it's just so blatantly obvious watching this guy that he is such a piece of shit hack. He doesn't give a fuck about any of this stuff. True. Is that Scooby with a joint? Is that what that is? Is Scooby with a joint? Numbers! Jesus Christ. The vaccine doesn't work. Follow me. At least following me works. Jesus. But yeah, man, that's Scooby with a joint on that one, I think. Dude, haven't seen you stream in forever. How you been? Honestly, dude, I have been better. It's been a pretty shitty time, but you know, I can't really complain too much with the state of Twitch, state of what's going on here, so I decided I'd come back and be another white guy on Twitch for a while. I don't think Twitch has enough of them. How you been? Vaccine don't work? Vaccine still not working for you? It's alright. I just think that from this entire era, we've extracted so many good jokes. Like, so... oh, man. Alright. I don't know if you guys are going to get this one, but... So an anti-vaxxer walks into a bar. He orders the ivermectin, and the bartender says, "Why the long face?" It's hilarious. Oh, Jesus Christ. There's my new call to action. Starting to hate terminally online internet culture? Ask your mom. Ha 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 ha. Starting to hate getting absolutely bipped on your little corner here in Vampire Survivors? You bet your sweet bippy I am. Alright, let's just get more weapons, dude. Fuck it. Hungover. Rip. Happens to the best of us, except for me. Actually, something did happen while I was gone. I got blackout drunk for the first time in my life. It was last year, just like around the end of the year. And I didn't even mean to, but I went to a Halloween party dressed up like Ozzy Osbourne. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, I look exactly like Ozzy Osbourne when I'm in his clothes, okay? And I guess for some reason, the spirit of Ozzy, even though he's not dead, just channeled through my body, and I just got super fucked up that night and just started puking everywhere, and my girl had to drive me home. It was a fucking mess. That was, honestly, it was not fun. I don't know how anybody gets blackout drunk for fun. I don't understand what's fun about it. But, I mean, it's different for everybody, I guess. I'm just saying, that shit was fucking awful. Yeah. But I definitely looked like Ozzy Osbourne. There's not a doubt in my mind. Let me see if I can get a picture here. Instagram. Oh, not instant gaming. Where I can get questionably discounted games. Alright, let's see. Pretty sure it's on my Instagram. Right next to the picture of me fucking your dad. Oh shit. Damn. I guess I didn't. Wait, do I have more than one Instagram? Nope. Alright. Cool beans. Well. Oh wait, it's on Jamie's Instagram. Yes. Using the brain. The brain is working. Let's find the Halloween outfit. We also went to Disneyland. That was pretty cool. Dude, I'm the fucking Prince of Darkness. Look at me. Jesus Christ. Look at how much of the Prince of Darkness I am. And I got like black finger paint and like fucking a bunch of rings on my hands and shit. Huge fucking shoes. It's great. Although I do have a gigantic fucking forehead in this picture. Jesus Christ. It's like a 5 head. Terminally online. Terminally on time. Alright, what was my second topic? Let's see. Destiny, why it was banned and why it was stupid / dumb. Okay. I don't know if anybody is even slightly familiar with the Destiny drama, as it has happened. I believe it was like yesterday pretty much that it happened. Basically, Destiny has been permanently banned off of Twitch. He will not be coming back. Most likely, it's like Twitch illegal now to show videos of him or audio of him. I might not even be supposed to be talking about him too much, so that's why I have him censored in the title of the stream. But yeah, so, and why did this happen, you may ask? Well, nobody knows, because the reason is not given and probably will not be given. So why is this stupid as fuck? Why is it dumb? Well, again, what happens if you take a Nazi and you kick all the Nazis off of Twitch? What happens? Where do they go? They go to 4chan. What happens if you kick all the Nazis off of 4chan? They go to 9gag. What happens if you kick them all off of 9gag? They all go to your mom's house. No matter what, people are going to find these ideas. The question is, how responsibly can we show them the ideas? This is literally the exact same thing as the safe sex argument. For those of you who don't understand what I'm talking about, there's often a debate amongst parents that schools should not teach kids about sex. Why? Is it because parents don't want their kids to learn about sex? Sometimes. But the biggest reason is because they want to be the ones who control how their kids learn about sex initially. They want to be the ones who control where and when their kids learn about it initially, which is completely fine. This is the exact same thing with Nazis and with righties and with people we don't like. I know Destiny's not a Nazi. I'll come back to it in a moment. What I'm saying is, if we have these bad ideas, we can't stop them from happening, okay? You can't stop a kid from learning about sex. It's impossible. No matter what, he will learn eventually. The question is, when does he learn it and how does he learn it? So when it comes to banning things that we don't like off of Twitch, it's actually a really fucking stupid way to go about this. Because You're not stopping anybody from learning these ideas. You're just kicking the can down the road to someone else. And that someone else is probably going to be a lot less responsible than you are. And by you, I mean, of course, Twitch. Twitch isn't very responsible, for sure. But ask yourself this, who's more responsible? Twitch or 4chan? It's not even close, right? Twitch is definitely a garbage website. They are definitely filled with shitters. But they moderate their shit infinitely more than 4chan ever has or ever will. It's not even close, not even a question, right? So when we take these ideas away, we're just kicking the can to someone else who's going to teach these kids these things in a much shittier, much worse way. Look at Haas Infrared, who's talking about how Russia is just expanding. Jesus Christ. You have any idea how fucking stupid of a take that is? You have any idea how terminally online you have to be to believe something that fucking stupid? Russia themselves don't believe that. This is just like some terminally online dumb shit that you believe if you've been brainwashed. But why do people like Haas exist? It's because Twitch will not allow the other side on the platform. Haas didn't exist 5 years ago when Nick Fuentes was on Twitch. That guy's a fucking moron. But what you guys have to understand is morons shouldn't be silenced. Morons should be amplified. We want to amplify the morons. Amplify them. Because that's the only way you can show how fucking stupid they are, okay? Take Jim Jones, for example. You guys ever heard of Jim Jones? Jim Jones is a cult leader who took a few thousand Americans away from America to go live in this no man's land on a random island, and they all ended up drinking Kool-Aid and killing themselves. You've all heard of this shit, right? It wasn't a random island. It was a random, like, country in the middle of nowhere. And they all ended up killing themselves, right? You can look at Jim Jones and go, wow, that guy's so stupid. I can't believe anybody fell for him. Why did anybody fall for Jim Jones? Because that guy got to have a one-on-one conversation with like 1,000 people. And it turns out that even idiots can be very convincing in person and when you don't have access to all the facts. So all of a sudden this Jim Jones guy is going around talking to all these people, saying all this shit, getting all these people to believe in him. Next thing you know, he has 1,000 crazy motherfuckers who are willing to give their kids, force feed them Kool-Aid that is filled with anthrax or whatever and is going to kill them. That shit's fucked up. But did that happen because we didn't ban Jim Jones from America? No, as a matter of fact, he did get banned from America. That's why he left. The thing is, no matter what, whether you ban them or not, people are going to find these ideas. The only thing we can do is control how we, deal with the impact of that. If this dude lived in Kansas, then we could go to those cult members and try to talk to them. But because they're in bumfuck nowhere, in a country that no one's ever been to, just living their own lives, it's not like we can go there and talk them out of this shit. You know what I'm saying? The only way that we can destroy these ideas is by taking them head on. It's the only way. And that is why, coming full circle, banning Destiny is extremely fucking stupid. Even if you think every single thing he says is the dumbest thing you've ever heard. If that's true, then you should want that amplified so that everybody can hear how fucking stupid his takes are. Because now that he's banned off of the website, if someone wants to hear what Destiny has to say, they're going to go to DGG. They're going to go to his fucking website. And for those of you that don't like him, ask yourself, if you don't like him, do you like his website? Do you like the idea of people going there and possibly getting what you would think is brainwashed? Again, I don't think the guy's that bad. But if you think he's that bad, why the fuck would you want him banned off of Twitch? You've just empowered him. And I don't know if you guys saw his stream yesterday, but the dude is getting thousands and thousands of subscribers rolling in. We have empowered him. And again, I enjoy a lot of the talks that he has. I think there's a lot of productive conversation that comes from what he does. I don't agree with a lot of the things that he says, but I still like having a lot of conversations and I still like where it goes. But banning him is not the answer. You see how banning him has just made everything wrong? Alex Jones was right. I think about this particular thing, yes. But I mean, hey, even a broken clock is right twice a day. I'm just saying that when it comes to this situation, it's so sad that the go-to is, we need to ban this person. We need to get them off the platform. We need to make sure they never see the light of day again. All right, man. Well, you know what? That's what people did to Hitler. That's what people did to Stalin. That's what people did to all these motherfuckers. And what do? They don't stop radicalizing. They further radicalize. What you people need to understand is that when someone gets banned off of the platform, that will most likely further radicalize them. Most likely. That's the most likely thing to happen. Especially when we're talking about Twitch, who, as we discussed earlier, most people on Twitch don't give a fuck about you or the situation or what's going on. They care about their money and they care about the virtue signaling, right? So it's not like they're going to see what's going on and wise up to it, right? They know what's going on and they're exploiting it for profit. So they're exploiting it for profit. We're banning everyone who's not exploiting it for profit. We're banning everyone who we don't agree with. What does that leave? Twitch is just going to become 4chan.org. It's going to become 4chan.org for lefties. So now it's 4.2chan. Great. Is this what we want? And by 4.2, I mean like 42, the secret to the universe, or 420. I'm not making one of those awful, disgusting, subhuman trans jokes that were being made yesterday. The 41 jokes. Any of those shit, instant ban, by the way. But that's I think it's in my bio. Anyways, I'm just saying that it's a sad, sad reality, and I don't know where we go from here. Do you guys know what the next step is? Because I sure don't. Who are they going to ban next? I don't like Vosh. I think the guy is stupid as fuck. But he does have some pedophile accusations against him. Is he going to get banned? I think that'd be stupid as fuck too. So now nobody who's even mildly controversial is on Twitch? And the shit you get banned for. We still don't know why Destiny was banned. We're never going to find out. Does this bother you guys? It bothers me. It bothered me so much that I had to pick up the old camera, you know what I'm saying? It bothered me so much that I wanted to come back into it, and I wanted to see what everybody else thought. Fuck cancel culture and censorship. Yeah, and the thing is, like, I hate to say this, okay? I hate to say this, because as you guys know, when I first started streaming, I was a righty, and now I'm a lefty, and now I'm still a lefty, but I'm very, very open-minded. You guys know that. Very, very open-minded. But something that bothers me, that really bothers me, is all those 2016 righties who are talking about the slippery slope of cancel culture and censorship. I didn't think they were right, even then. But they were. And it's sad. I think that sucks. Imagine a world where you have to give an L to Republicans. That happens like once every 100 years. And we're giving them a free one? Are you serious? Look at the last 5 Republican presidents. They're all clowns, crazy people. And we're gonna give them this W? We're gonna hand them our L? It's so stupid. Because now we have to cancel people, even if they're transgender, if they don't agree with us. Everyone has to be subhuman trash. Everyone has to be a hater, a bigot, a homophobe. It's so stupid. What's going on? Congratulations, guys. Ben Shapiro was right about one fucking thing. Holy shit. But it sucks. It sucks. It just sucks. It didn't have to be this way. It didn't have to be this way. I feel like if we want to talk about, if you guys have ever read the Jurassic Park book or anything like that, if we want to talk about like chaos theory and like a swinging pendulum of chance, this shit could have gone so easily in the other direction. We were so close to just having a bunch of really, really sick debate. Like, we were actually really close to it. And I feel like it's the fault of people like me that we didn't get there. Like, people like me who saw where Twitch was going and gave up. People like me who saw where Twitch was going and was like, I don't want to be a part of this shit. I don't think this shit is healthy. What I should have done was said, we have to stop this shit. We have to save Twitch. But not just me, right? Everyone. You too. You are watching, right? If you're watching right now and you're thinking like, God, man, like the last few years of censorship has been so egregious and horrible. When is this shit gonna end? Well, it's kind of your fault too. And I'm not saying fuck you. It's all of our faults. But when we watch these people, when we entertain these people, we put crazy people on display and laugh at them and make jokes at them and make fun of how crazy they are, exploiting mental illness for profit, that shit is fucking cringe. And it does have long-lasting effects, and this is one of them. And I was there too, guys. I was there for every single Anavoir debate. How many Anavoir orbiters do we have in the chat, okay? I was there, okay? I was there watching every single bit of it. But I gotta tell you, man, my mind changed when I watched that Anavoir John Zerka Destiny debate. That shit really, really fucked with my brain. And it really made me sad, man. If you guys don't know what happened, this lady is like bawling her eyes out. She's crying. She's screaming. She's like begging these people to like leave her alone. And if you guys don't know, she's mentally ill, okay? She has OCD. And I know that, OCD doesn't affect, no, OCD affects a huge portion of your life and can make you crazy in that way, yes. So she has these problems, and she's screaming and crying about how horrible these problems are for her. And John Zerka's like laughing, and he's like, bro, this is going right on LSF, bro, this is going right on LSF. He's just making fun of her the whole fucking time. Did that not make you feel disgusting? Did that not make you feel vile? That shit made me so... It just made me feel disgusting in my skin. It made me feel like, I just supported this guy for 3 years, and look at how much of a fucking a-hole he is. Literally making fun of a person having a mental breakdown. That shit makes me upset. When I was 17, I remember that I had to have the ambulance called on me because I was having a mental breakdown. I was having a panic attack. And it's not like a huge deal. For all those people who make it so, like, when you have a panic attack, the thing is just your body oxidates, so you can't move. Your arms curl up, your legs curl up, you can't like move your head. You just like hyperoxidate. And I've had to have the ambulance called on me for that. And I remember that my stepmom, then stepmom, not anymore, she was laughing at me the whole time while I was on the ground. And I cannot describe to you how awful and vile I felt in that moment, knowing that she was laughing at my suffering, thinking that it was fake, or thinking that it was entertaining. And I know that that's how Anavar felt in that moment, and I just really felt sympathy for her. Even if she's a crazy motherfucker who stalked Destiny for months and months and months, she's not doing it because she wants to. She's doing it because she's fucking crazy. And I really feel for that. It just sucks. But also, fuck everybody who watched that shit and was laughing at her the whole time. Like, god damn, dude. And it's bad when the person who she's harassing, Destiny, is like, all right, dude, you should turn off the stream. This is going too far. And that's the dude who doesn't give a fuck about anybody. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody. And he was saying it was too far. It's like, and we're going to ban that guy off Twitch. It's like, okay, bro, whatever. When are we going to ban fucking Demon Mama for making fun of Vosh's penis? Is that okay? You just make fun of someone's sex organ, but it's all right because they're a dude? What the fuck, man? Imagine if Vosh was a girl and he made fun of her vagina, or she made fun of her vagina. Like, what's the limit to this shit, man? Super fucked up. But we just eat it up. Delicious. We just slurp that shit up. So good. So good and tasty. Drama, man. Ain't no drama, mama. She don't like me. You guys know what I'm talking about? Nah, you guys are too young for Outcast. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Know what I'm talking about? Never meant to make your daughter cry. When I was a kid and I heard that song, I was like, I thought Michael Jackson was a man. I didn't know he was talking about a different Jackson. God, I was such a stupid kid. Oh my god. You guys ever like realize like, oh my god, when I was a kid, I thought this extremely fucking stupid thing. Holy shit. I used to think that as a kid, having a light on in the car was illegal. My parents would tell me that shit. They're like, don't turn on, like at night, like if you had like a phone light on or something in the car, they'd be like, turn that light on, it's illegal, we're gonna get pulled over. Or turn it off, it's illegal. It's like, what? I believed it. You gotta be pretty fucking, you gotta wake up pretty early to hit me with that one nowadays. At least I hope. Jesus. I have no trust in myself anymore. Give me something good, baby. Great. More Santa water. Santa, baby, pour all your water on me. That's why Santa doesn't go to poor kids' house. They leave out water instead of milk. It's a shame. Santa is not a water guy. Sorry, guys. I could say I was poor. It's okay. But yeah, man, fuck this, the whole Destiny getting canceled shit, man. It's so stupid. Yeah, I just feel really bad for him. And then the Hippy Dippy podcast last night, where this person is literally saying like, he's brigaded against me. I've had to ban 4 people in my chat tonight. It's like, bro, you've never experienced hardship in your life, have you? You've just never experienced it. That shit is fucking crazy. I mean, it must be awesome though, right? Imagine, for all my people who've been through something, okay? Imagine if you could just snap a magic finger and go back to being ignorant. You'd do it in a heartbeat, right? I would do it in a fucking heartbeat. Ignorance is bliss. And that is the absolute truth. Yeah, it's painful to know the truth about things. It's truly painful. What is hyper mode? Let's find out. Hyper, what does hyper mean? Oh, it's just same shit but faster? Why haven't I been doing this? Fuck! I guess it looks like the fire rate is slower, or is the same, so it's not like, it's probably harder? I don't know. God damn it. Some stupid shit right here, some stupid shit. Yeah, man, I'm kind of glad I wasn't online for the Anavoir thing, because I think I would have become really ableist, man. I think I would have become like just a, what do you call it, an able cell, right? Like, I don't know, man. I definitely like, I think being offline for like 9 months really helped me to like grow as a human and not become a terminally online person and understand like what my flaws were. I think like last year I was like under this impression that like I had very few flaws when it came to debating, but my mind is totally 180'd on that now. I think I have a lot of flaws while debating. I just think that I have positives about debating that no one else has that are very good. So it's like a double-edged sword, if you will. But I think that going forward, kind of what the plans are for the next few weeks is just, I'm going to try to do some debates, try to get some things going. I like the template that Destiny's community has in a few ways, okay? I'll talk about what I do like about his community. What I really like about his community is he would debate just anybody, right? You didn't have to be 1,000 viewer Andy. You didn't have to be just anybody. You just want to be a random person. You just want to come in and talk about shit that that you're upset about right now. Go for it. And I think that shit is super, super positive. I really like that. I wish there was more of that in the debate sphere right now. There's not. But I think we need more of that. Another thing I really like about his community is that they're very hypercritical of him. They're not like they're not like all jerking him off the whole time, right? It's like, hey bro, like what you said here, like that was kind of stupid as fuck. I don't agree with it. Even if they're wrong, just voicing that they don't like that, they're comfortable knowing that they can do that and not get like shit on. That would also be like a good thing. Jesus Christ, man. This shit is different. Hyper mode is much harder. And that's pretty much it. Almost everything else about his community I absolutely hate. Even though they're not harassers, they're not brigaders, okay? You hear that shit online, it's stupid. They're not harassers or brigaders. But Destiny's community are filled with trolls. Oh my god, so many trolls. And I don't mind trolls, but I don't want like 30% of the people watching to be absolute fucking trolls who are gonna go and spam message people on Instagram like I'm not harassing you. Like, I know it's not harassment, but Jesus Christ, it is annoying as fuck. I'm okay if like 5% of the people who watch are like that, okay? Like one out of every 20. Ooh, even that sounds like a lot, right? Like maybe like 1 out of every 50 or 100. Anything beyond that sounds like fucking garbage. Let's go for a 2%er, okay? Where are my 2%ers in the chat? See, and it's okay because I'm a troll too, like, but I won't troll people unless I know there's no other direction to go. But when I get there, I don't know, man. I think it's super fun. I love fucking with people, especially when they're super angies. But also depends. I've actually gotten in a lot of beef in my day. There's nothing political about your stream. What do you mean? Twitch politics, my dude. We're talking about why Destiny got banned. We're talking about the plans going over the next few days. I don't know. I think it's pretty political. You don't think so, Newman Leary 5? Yeah, man. I just think that it's. I think that it's really. That's not politics. It absolutely is politics. What do you mean? It's not politics to talk about the way that we're treating people socially and how that affects people. I guess transgenderism isn't politics. Sports isn't politics. I don't know, man. I think it's all politics. The politics of sports, right? The politics of debate. He is barely a human. Who's barely a human? What are the politics behind playing video games? This is in the background while I talk. Would it make you feel better if I had my screen big and the other one little? Nope, that's not it. Wait, hold on. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Now we're a political stream, everybody. Welcome to Twitch Politics. Good to see you. And there are video game politics, as a matter of fact, just nothing that we're talking about today. What would compel someone to do that? To do what? I talk like a mile a minute. We gotta be more specific with our adjectives here. Or our adjectives, sorry, our adverbs. My goodness. Yeah, I just think that it's, in general, really, is it objectively the best way to use your limited time on Earth? I don't think any human thinks about things that way. But no, of course, it's not my objectively best way to spend time on Earth. I don't know if there is an objectively best way to spend time on Earth. I think that that's the definition of subjective. It's in the eyes of whoever thinks that. Because, like, say you're like a chronic exerciser, right? Like, you get a thrill from exercising. That could be the most fun thing to you on Earth. Why are you doing it then? Subjectivity doesn't exist. Interesting. Well, of course, we disagree on that, but I understand that that's a normative framework, so of course I'm not going to try to, like, change your mind on that or anything. That's some way deep shit. You know, I understand someone who could think subjectivity doesn't exist. I imagine you don't think choice would exist either then, or... Yeah, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, just trying to understand what you're saying. Yeah, I think that someone who chronically exercises, thinking that exercising their entire life, if they think that's the best way to do it, then good for them. Oh my god, Gonzo, holy shit! Pattern recognition is linear? Oh my god, did you just read Jurassic Park? Because I just read Jurassic Park. I'm not making fun of you. I literally just read Jurassic Park, and I don't know if you know the book, but that's like a huge, yes, that's a huge crux of the book, is that pattern recognition is linear, but humans think in linear equations, but nonlinear equations. No, not exponential, nonlinear. Lowbrow books. I don't think you know who Michael Crichton is, my friend, but that's okay. It is what it is. Michael Crichton would probably be the farthest thing from a lowbrow book at a double PhD, but, you know. Lowbrow can be highbrow, while highbrow tends to be lowbrow. I mean, the book is very, very, what I would say is, like, relevant nowadays. I mean, the entire book talks about chaos theory, which is exactly what Newman Leary is talking about. Humans recognize patterns linearly, but because of turbulence, nothing happens linearly in life, right? Everything is all subjective to nonlinear nonlinear equations, right? Nothing can really be measured beyond a certain point. Well, that's just what chaos theory is, right? I mean, nowadays it's called the uncertainty principle, but I'm not saying I believe in chaos theory. I just think it's a fascinating thing to talk about. Of course, I believe in turbulence, and I believe that with our current understanding, it's impossible to measure things. But what chaos theory says is that it is truly impossible to measure those things. Like, ask yourself this question. Pour like water down the sink twice. Could we measure the exact way that it would go down? No, because of turbulence, right? It's random. So, but a chaos theory person would say, well, actually, in no way would we ever be able to understand that. That's beyond human understanding and unattainable information. But someone who doesn't agree with that might say, well, actually, it is attainable someday. It's just not attainable right now. I'm probably more on the second one, where I think it's attainable at some point, but not right now. I think probably at one point we'll be able to measure turbulence. We just can't do it right now. No irony, only reality. There is no love, only life. All I'm saying is, Wittgenstein? I don't know what that is. All right, time for the 5-minute learning hour. Ludwig Joseph Johann Wittgenstein, okay, Austrian British philosopher who worked primarily in logic, the philosophy of mathematics, philosophy of mind, philosophy of language. Okay, so he would be, so, but he's much before the uncertainty principle. The uncertainty principle is like a 60s, 70s thing, I'm pretty sure. Physical characteristics are as real as it gets, stupid. Newman, you're just, listen, the aggression. It's all good, man. We're all just talking about stuff here. I agree with what you're saying, Newman, that what we can perceive is much easier to measure than what we cannot. But you have to understand that our perception itself is morphed, right? We're not seeing reality. We're seeing what our brain shows us and says is reality, which is usually wrong. Vision is a really good example where we're never actually seeing something. We're just seeing the most important bits of information that our brain wants us to see. I think that's probably what Gonzo is saying. I think you're both saying the same thing, but Gonzo's on a level beneath you. You understand? A level deeper, if you will. So should we play video games instead? Depends on what you want. Do you mean should we or should we ought? No, I don't know. Are you asking me as a normative question or are you asking me on a meta-ethical level? Are you just memeing? All I'm saying is, I think that, I'm talking about the highbrow versus lowbrow comment. Yeah, I don't really understand what that meant either, but it's, when you say highbrow, I feel like you're talking about a subjective set of things anyway, so be behooven for him to explain, not becouth, that's not a word. Is it meta-ethical normative? Meta-ethical is one step beneath normative. So you have your normative framework, and then you have your meta-ethics, which is beneath that. So if I were to say, what's your normative framework, that would be a question that's different from what's your meta-ethics. But I might be able to determine your normative framework from your meta-ethics. Does that make sense? I really don't want to talk about this shit. That shit is so boring to talk about, okay? I want to talk about politics. I want to talk about video games and perception. Your perception is subjective in the sense that it's lesser than that of your superiors. But the thing is, a superior, and that's true, you're 100% right, Larry, but a superior is something that we can't measure, right? Even if we take a picture with a camera who has a superior frame of reference than we do, at the end of the day, our eyes are still what we use to see the picture. So we can never look at something outside of the frame of reference we have. That's all I'm saying. So I understand that technically it's not subjective, but it's as subjective can be, and we can't go beneath it, so it may as well be. Okay, is the server on yet? By the way, Kiwi, the server should be on now. My bad. Let me know if you're unable to connect. Just message me and I'll send you the IP if you need it. Okay, I'll send it to you, and I'll send it to G. I don't see G on here. I'll send it later. You can measure it and act on it, which goes beyond vision. We can't measure something without using our senses. You understand? There's no way to measure something that doesn't involve our senses. Even if we take a ruler and we measure something, at the end of the day, we're looking at it, we're feeling it, we're using our brain to determine these things. We can't measure something without that. Now, if we had AI, like true AI, right, that was able to learn and understand and perceive things in ways that we can't, well, then at that point, you would have something that can measure beyond what we can measure. But we don't have that right now, and it's so far away, it's impossible to think about. Should we care about Ukraine? Absolutely. Yeah, man. Fuck what Hassan says that Russia is just expanding, man. If you know even the slightest thing about the history of Ukraine, then you know that this is an absolutely fucked thing that's happening. What's the sense of existence? Well, exactly, right? Point to me and show me one measurement of existence. We can't measure existence. We know it's there because we all exist. But even then, you understand normatively, right? We're just assuming that it's there using logic and reason. I think, therefore I am, right? The first philosophical thought. I think people care about Ukraine more because they are white, TBH. To be honest, even though this whole Ukraine situation is really fucked, I probably agree with you that there are a lot of white people in America who wouldn't care if it were a bunch of black people getting blown up. And I know we're all going to say, hey man, that's all bullshit, but remember when we pulled out of, it was like 2 years ago, we pulled out of a country and they got invaded the next day, their capital got rushed. And we did absolutely shit all about it. and will continue to do shit all about it. So I think there's actually something a little bit to say there. But I don't think that you should care about Russia because they're white. I think you should care about Russia because their situation is absolutely fucked and they're being pretty much run over by this absolute crazy person. They didn't care about Iraq and Afghanistan? Not much, no. I mean, you guys remember the after of 9/11, right? It's like before 9/11, it's like we need to treat everybody as equals. We need to treat everybody as equals. And then once 9/11 happens, it's like numbers, let's bomb all the brown people, yo. It's like, okay, what happened to all that, like, you know, caring about other people? But, you know, I understand both sides of it. Like, you know, I don't know. I don't think that people are only caring about Ukraine because it's white people. Like me, I care about Ukraine because the history of Ukraine is super, super fucked. That country's been rolled over, run over, and stomped on and bombed so many times by the same people trying to do the same thing for the same dictatorial reasons over and over and over again. Super fucked and it needs to stop. Tell me you only listen to Western controlled media without listening. Oh, God. No, sir. Do you agree that USA is a global hegemony and has been influencing Ukraine? Of course. Yeah, absolutely. We can't deny that. Like, look, okay, so the people who are on Russia's side will say, well, look at this from Putin's perspective, right? If you look at Ukraine, it is the last country that is attached to Russia that is not a NATO country. That's actually a big deal. For those of you who don't know what a buffer state is, it's good to have a country between countries that don't agree with you so that you can never have invasions go right into your homeland, so that cutting off trade doesn't destroy your chance to get goods over your country's walls and over your borders and shit. It's good to have a buffer state. And from Putin's perspective, if Ukraine may join NATO, then that's going to fuck Putin because now they have no buffer states left. I understand that people look at that and say, oh, well, see, that explains why he's doing what he's doing. Sure, that explains why he's invading a country and bombing innocent civilians and destroying towns. I don't understand what the argument is. Just because he thinks that there's a chance it might hurt a buffer state in the future, I think that that's definitely fucked and that's something that needs to be considered. But over the past, I don't know, 30, 40 years, the entire world has slowly moved away from let's invade a country and put our flag on their soil. Nowadays, things are much more about discussion and trade agreements and cutting off trade, but Russia is not caught up with the rest of the times, okay? Russia is going back to the 1930s where we just want to invade a country and say, well, actually, we just fucking own you now. Whatever, I guess. If you guys think that that's cool, again, I don't. If you guys think that that's cool, then I understand why you can support Russia. And I understand how you can see you can perceive it as an attack for all the reasons that I mentioned earlier. I'm not trying to say that you think what you think because you're stupid. I just think that you may be missing another perspective is all. It's just another thing that you may not be thinking about. You're fine. You guys see my girlfriend like crawling on the ground? What the fuck? What if war had no humanitarian or civilian casualties? What if Russia ran the war as cleanly as possible? What then? Would that make the war fine if you don't use your cop-out excuse for... Well, no, but as I said before... Oh shit, hold on. As I said before, my issue isn't his understanding of the whole thing, right? My issue isn't the... that he's just like going in there and like being there or trying to get his ideas over there. My issue is that he's invading a country and his reason for doing so is because he's worried about other countries attacking him in the future. And then in addition to that, he's completely ignoring like all the humanitarian things, yeah. So I think it's like a twofold thing, right? If I could wave a magic wand, Pons, let's say you could wave a magic wand and make something happen here with Russia. I think that Putin would start having conversations with NATO about joining. That's what I think would be the wave of, and I know that's never, ever, ever, ever going to happen. I said a magic wand, okay? But I don't think the answer is fuck Russia, let's blow them off the face of the earth. They're still people, they still need a country, and I think that they should have their pride in their country. I don't think that I understand that if NATO were to be in Ukraine, that would be a huge act of aggression towards Russia. I agree. I don't think the United States should make Ukraine NATO right now, although I think it sucks that they're going through this. That's why I think the situation's so sad, right? What can we do? What can be done? Nobody fucking knows. But they are in Ukraine. Yeah, I know. What's the difference? I don't understand. I just don't think it's a good thing to invade other countries. Like, okay, let me paint the picture for you, okay? Because again, I'm not trying to say that you're completely wrong. I'm showing you my perspective, right? So, in my mind, again, you can explain to me why it's different. In my mind, this would be similar to America saying, look, man, Mexico has been thinking about allying with Russia for some time now. I think that the best way we can prevent this is by indiscriminately bombing Mexico, rushing American soldiers in there and taking it over, just make it our own state, and then we'll leave when we're done. I think it's the same thing as that, and I don't think that that's okay either. I would say that America's fucked up for doing that. Okay, well then you see we're on the same page, right? We just don't agree that it's good or not, but you can see that at least we're both like having the, our minds are both doing the same thing. US would of course do that. I don't know, when's the last time US like actually invaded a country? Like, I know we've sent troops there before, but invaded a country with intent to take it over? It's been a while. Probably like Vietnam, right? Well, okay, yeah, maybe Cuba. Yeah, maybe around Cuba as well. So Cuba, Vietnam style. I just don't think that, like, okay, let me paint this picture for you, okay, Gonzo? Like, okay, well, let's say America does that. We invade Mexico. My thought is America's now NATO is coming up against America, right? Now NATO is going to make America answer for these things. And I know all those Russia people out there, no, Pons, fuck you. NATO is totally in the US's pocket. Okay, I understand what you're saying. But ask yourself this. Has Europe ever passed up a chance to talk shit about America and their actions? Ever? You think if we invaded Mexico, they just let that shit slide? Canada would. But Europe? No way, bro. That's all I'm saying. U.S. has done things of that nature, has waged completely legal wars. No, I totally agree with you, Gonzo. I agree with you. America has done those things. I'm not saying that America's never done those things and that they're above that. What I'm saying is, as we progress more throughout time, this has started to become not the thing anymore. It's not, there's no reason, oh my God, my nose is so itchy. There's no reason to do it anymore, Gonzo. It's an old way of doing things. It's outdated. We did it like 40, 50 years ago. We don't have to do that anymore. Now we have the internet. So why is Russia still doing it? Because it's easy. That's the answer, right? Because it's easy and effective. And Ukraine can't fight back. Well. I just think that that's fucked up. I don't think that any country, I don't think any country should be invaded simply because they can't fight back. If America's doing it, when Germany did it, we said it was wrong. I just think that right now we're like, okay, well, all the countries have done it before, so why can't we let Russia do it now? It's like, okay, well, you're talking shit about them doing it before, so my brain is thinking, okay, so he doesn't like that, so why does he suddenly like it with Russia? You understand where my brain's going? How's everybody doing, by the way? Jesus, how are you? Big hearts in the chat. Love every single one of you. It's been a year. 9 whole months, man. 9 whole fucking months. All right, let's play some Plants vs. Zombies. Fuck this shit. It's much easier to talk while I'm playing that game. What's on this? Look, all saying the matter is, even though people they think Putin is bad or a guy or a dictator, he's up against much bigger powers. The U.S. and its hegemony and all of its puppet states. The U.S. controls direct coercion and indirect information, brainwashing. Jesus. Most respectable and last remarks, stay sympathetic to the State Department, and this makes Putin look like a small guy. Hey, I'm not gonna lie that, of course, Putin's on the back foot right now. I agree with you. I just think that, to me, it's rich to say that U.S. has all these puppet states and everything, and then we're gonna pretend like Russia don't. To me, that's just a very rich vein to pull from. Like, if you don't think puppet states are good, then why do you want Russia to make Ukraine into a puppet state? That's just what I don't understand. That's the disconnect for me. I understand a lot of the arguments that a lot of these pro-Russia people make when they're talking about these things, But you have to understand that all of your arguments just sound really, really backwards because you're saying that it's all bad stuff, but you're okay with Russia doing the bad stuff. So let me ask you this, Gonzo, just so I can understand, right? Because I understand what you're saying. I don't hate Russia. I don't hate Russia. Well, I guess you could say I hate Russia, but if I were to say I hate Russia, Gonzo, to be honest, I would say that I hate US too if we're gonna say the same thing. But what would you rather have, Gonzo? Would you rather have a world where Russia is invading people and America is invading people? Or would you rather have a world where neither are invading people? I think that's pretty much what it comes down to. I'd rather have a world where nobody's invading anybody. I can understand you saying, like, look, they're just trying to get back for the same shit happening to them. Fair. But I don't think that we're in this, like, I'm gonna get what's coming to you, like, I'm gonna get my revenge on you kind of shit. I just think that shit's really weird. What up, Heather? How's it been, Heather? You gotta join my Discord so I can put you in as a streamer so that when you stream, everybody on my Discord sees. It's good to see you, friend. Yeah, man, I just think that shit is very questionable. Yeah, and what's your Discord? Yeah, mom. Welcome to the PPP. I just think it's like, I think all the arguments against Russia are like, look, they're just doing what everyone else is doing. It's like, nobody should do these things. We all agree. Russia has a slight argument here because Russia can claim that it's not actually helping anybody, that in fact it's responding to U.S. aggression because U.S. and Ukraine have been helping Euromaidan protest, organizing and financing them, providing assistance, providing anti-Yanukovych movements. Yeah, you can say that, but are we just going to pretend to ignore the history of Russia? Are we going to pretend that they invaded Crimea in like 2016? Are we going to pretend that they didn't like do any of that shit, or? All good, friend. Here's the link again. I don't know, man. Like, I think at the very, very least, if you want to say, like, look, Russia has claim here, everyone's done bad stuff, then we should say everyone's done bad stuff on all sides. Everybody should stop what they're doing and just leave Ukraine alone. But it feels like you're saying, like, look, everyone on all sides is doing wrong. We should just stand back and let Russia flatten Ukraine. It's like, I don't know. Well, they only invaded after Yanukovych was ousted due to protest. Okay, I understand what you're saying. And this is where we're going to disagree, okay? Hear me out. This is where we're going to disagree. So don't think I'm trying to change your mind here. This is just, the conversation's going to stop right here. Watch. There was a fair election that year, and Yanukovych fairly lost and was ousted. Now, you're going to say that the U.S. may have aided in that happening, and I'm going to say they're not. But we're never going to get anywhere with that. At the end of the day, you believe that there was, the United States was kind of influencing that. I don't believe that. I respect you for believing that. I can understand why you would say that, but I don't think there's not really a lot of evidence for that. But that's where I think the conversation would end right there, is at the end of the day, you think that the United States is, and I'm not saying this is like, fuck you, I'm saying you think that the United States is doing all this shit behind the scenes to kind of try to put pressure on Russia, which, if they were doing that, then I would agree with you. If I thought that America was doing all this shit behind the scenes, and it's like, well, of course they need to take Ukraine because it's like they're getting pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, but I don't believe any of that shit's happening, right? So now you can see where our disagreements have. But one thing that's good, Gonzo, is I can say without a doubt that you actually know the information, right? You're way better off than 99% of Twitch people right now. You know the history. You know that Russia's invaded Crimea before. You know that Russia has invaded the region before. You know that these things are happening and why. We just disagree on a few minor facts around the issue, which is totally cool. Of course, it's a big welcome back for Gonzo, but I'm pretty sure you were always like that, if I'm not mistaken. You never really talked out of your ass. You've always, even if I didn't agree with you, you've always said stuff that came from a place of fact, which is good. I think U.S. does exactly what Russia does. It's just U.S. does everything in a much more nuanced and secretively and not as crudely. Yeah, again, if U.S. were doing that, then I'm with you 100%. But I just don't think that they're doing that. You feel me? Welcome back. What, I'm first time here? Are you? I'm pretty sure you're not. But I don't think I can check logs more than a year out. 70 messages. Maybe that is just today. Oh yeah, it is. All right, cool. Welcome. We had another Gonzo at one point. All right. Well, about it. Yeah, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, it's like, what's gonna happen, man? Like, so you're on the pro-Russia perspective. I'm not on the pro-Russia perspective, but we both agree that this is kind of like a powder keg and it's kind of heating up right now. What do you think is gonna happen? What are your thoughts? I want to hear your kind of projection going forward. While that's happening, I'm just gonna... And guys, please never do something because you see someone else do it or because you think it's cool that they're doing it. The lamest thing that I've ever seen someone do is do something because they think that someone else is cool for doing it. Do something because it makes you feel good, okay? Don't do something because it makes someone else look good or makes you look good. Even if other people tell you it's awesome and it's changed their life, doesn't mean it's awesome and it's going to change yours. I have another question for you. What is a democracy and why does it matter if elections are fair? If I or an ally owns all the TV stations and all the news coverage favors my candidate and disfavors the other candidate. Give me one second. I'm just gonna have this door open, but don't worry about like noise or anything. I don't give a fuck. All right. Have they heard of the Kolomiski? No. But I understand what you're saying. What is a democracy? Why does it matter if all elections are fair? Just to make sure I understand, Gonzo, are you asking this in relation to the fair election that happened, that took that guy out? And your kind of point is that like, what is fair when there's like propaganda on all sides? Is that kind of what you're saying? Because I have an answer to that for sure. Actually, I have an answer that I know you're going to agree with. But my answer to that is very simply, if that's what you're asking, of course, my answer to that is very simply, I'm asking in general. I can also ask this in relation to United States elections where media has been mostly monopolized from New York to LA. Yeah, well, here's my thoughts, okay? And you may not agree with this, you may agree with this. I am at the belief that if a country fairly votes something in, if the voting was fair, if the people were brainwashed but they voted for that thing fairly, then that is a fair election. So, to give the most extreme example, in Nazi Germany, all those people were brainwashed to believe certain things by Adolf Hitler. They were all being told lies or being force-fed information in very, very, very careful portions to make sure that they all believed a certain thing. And then they all fairly voted him in, right? As much as I hate to say it, that is fair. That is fair. Now, you may not think that that's good. I don't think that's good either. Of course, we want to stop propaganda. But I don't hold people's hands and say, like, if you're too much of a baby to know whether or not you've been propagandized or not, then we should help those people. No. If you're propagandized and you believe something because you've been propagandized, then your vote is just as fair as someone who's not been propagandized, okay? Because if I didn't believe that, I'd have to kick every single Republican out of the country. You understand? You understand how I can't do that? Like, I can't just say like, oh, okay, well, fuck every Republican because I believe that they're all brainwashed to some extent. That's not really how, no. Because as you said, right, what is fair? Well, what is brainwashing? I could just argue that like a lefty saying that like, you know, that like misgendering someone is like rape. I could just say that that's like, that's brainwashing, right? It could be. How do you prove it? It's just like, it all depends on like where this is coming from in the context. So yes, I believe that if a bunch of people fairly vote in a guy who is a corrupt piece of shit, then he was fairly voted in and the election needs to be respected, yeah, 100%. I think it'd be crazy to not believe something like that. Because what's the alternative then? The government decides that the election was rigged and they decide to take your vote away? Jesus Christ, I mean, the people have rights, you know? How's Jamie? Jamie's great. Jamie's doing great. She's working for a debt relief company right now. I was working for a debt relief company, but they just fucking canned me for... Honestly, I still don't really know why. They won't really tell me, but... A whole bunch of shit, man. But Jamie's doing great. She's doing good. She's, you know, killing it. As always. Yo, I'm back. Welcome back, G. You prove it because you understand the pipeline of how people get their opinions. People watch coverage, they become political, maybe through shows like Jon Stewart back in the day, then start consuming more serious political content. You've got it exactly right, Gonzo. And it's in that order, too, right? They watch a certain type of media, but that certain type of media makes you want to watch more of that certain type of media. I'll give you an example. If you've ever watched a single Ben Shapiro video in your life, and I used to be a huge Ben Shapiro stan, okay? Used to be, okay? I think I got his brain rot nowadays, but when I was a Ben Shapiro stan, I would listen to him, and it would make me want to listen to the Daily Wire. Even though I've never heard of Michael Knowles, and I've never heard of all those people. I wanted to listen to them because I respected where the initial source was coming from, so I respected everything that came from it. And to be honest, that's exactly how brainwashing happens. Is you trust a source so closely that you begin to distrust other sources and will not take any other source at their word or anything. The only thing you can do is trust the one source and that exact thing and where it comes from. And that's how brainwashing happens. People who watch only Hassan and then say shit like, I mean, we've all heard the donation, right? What is it? He's like, keep hating your life then, working class Andy. You know what I mean? I know that's not really what you're talking about, but that's kind of what I'm saying, is that I think I think that what you're talking about is true. I just don't really think it's true in the way that you're thinking, if that makes sense. Jesus, I'm at the final wave already? Are we gonna be okay? Gents, I don't know if this is gonna be alright. You control the narrative and all I'm saying is that if you monopolize the media, 3 to 4 big news outlets. Yeah, but you just said CNN and Fox in the same sentence. You understand that those people like don't agree with anything that the other person says. Now I imagine you're not from America, so you might say something like, well, yeah, that's true, but they all push the same underlying narrative. In which case, it's hard for me to argue against that because we do have a lot of similar morals here in the United States. You're from America? Okay, well. I love the final wave sound. Yeah, the final wave sound. Ah! 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 It's fine. Okay, the final wave sound is where it's at for sure. Let's go back to this way. That another person. Just super mad that I was not in. That they're like, what are you doing on politics? The game is full screened. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. You listening to what I'm saying? Oh shit. Fuck yeah, I want an extra seat spot. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright, so now we can get fucking one of these and motherfucking one of these. I don't know, man. Ass Ranch gives me so memories. Are you in? Did you get in? I've decided that I'm removing all rules for Ass Ranch. Just do whatever the fuck you want. You want to build a giant fort on top of the giant fort that I fucking built? Just fucking go for it, man. I don't care. I don't really understand what the fume shroom does. Let's give it a shot. There's this guy called Ihor Kolomoisky, a very powerful oligarch in Ukraine, maybe the most powerful, who owns at least one TV station and owned until recently the very largest Ukraine bank called Private Group. Oh yeah, is that the reason? I could be wrong, okay? I've heard that Ukraine is constantly getting through their radio Russian propaganda. Is this dude responsible for that? Lifelong friend of Zelensky, the one who financed Zelensky's TV show, made him someone popular from a nobody, started to hate terminally online internet. Oh, it's I'm reading my fucking Nightbot thing. Jesus Christ. He also financed Azov Battalion. Oh, great. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I think the Azov Battalion shit is super fucking cringe. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, gents. Alright, let's see what this fume shroom's all about. Yes, I know he's Jewish. This is what I'm saying. I think it's really funny when people say like, dude, we gotta get all those Nazis out of Russia. It's like, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? Russia is literally, or Ukraine rather, Ukraine is literally being controlled. By Jewish people. I don't know, man. How do you explain that? Oh my god, dude. He's coming so fast. Oh wait, we just put these down. I'm stupid. Do you know who he is? I mean, I know what you just told me. Is he the one who is responsible for the Russian propaganda playing in all the radio stations? Is he the one responsible for me fucking your mom every single night? Not as far as I know. Okay, let me see then. Let's see who does that. Ukraine has Russian propaganda radio. I'm sure you've heard, you know what I'm talking about, right? Here we go. No, this is not it. Russian broadcasting propaganda on Ukrainian TV and radio stations. Okay, Russian government. I just want to see who's doing it, who's responsible. No. There's a lot of tit-for-tat things going on in the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Anonymous said it was hacking TVs and printers and printing pro-Ukraine propaganda. Wow. Thank you, Anonymous, for your wise contribution. God bless him. God bless him, okay? Jesus Christ. Alright, listen, Russia can barely get their tanks across their own country, okay? You think they're gonna be able to get them overseas? Jesus Christ, it took them like 3 fucking weeks to get tanks rolling into Ukraine. Oh my god. I don't think they're gonna be able to get tanks overseas. I'll be surprised. Yeah, I don't know. Weird. Weird. Grandmaster Sway. What up, Sway? Sway in the morning. You ain't been there, Sway. You don't know the game, Sway. You ain't got the answers. I mean, listen, Russian equipment is fine. It's just outdated by 2022 standards. Russian equipment is fine. Russian logistics are cancer, dude. The equipment's not the problem. Sway was financed by Eminem, right? I'm pretty sure he's on Murder Inc., right? Sway's Murder Inc. Am I crazy? Is that crazy person? Am I just saying dumb shit? Everything is controlled. Everything is controlled, again with a period. Are you about to tell me we start living in a society? Should I go put on my fucking clown makeup? Cause I'll do it. Actually don't have any clown makeup. Thank God. Left it all at your mom's house. Whoops. Gotta go get that. That's evidence. Even the fact that the earth is flat is hidden from the public. True. We've all heard the Yo Mama jokes. Yo Mama so flat. Oh man. Dude, fuck these little mushrooms. They're garbage. They're actually garbage. I've been blackpilled. I've woken up. I'm awake! Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. So why'd you stop listening to Ben Shapiro? Because I realized that he's an idiot. Yep. No, he's not an idiot. He is very, very, very deliberately, intentionally bad faith. And it really fucked me up when I figured it out, but yeah. He's actually a very calculated person. And I don't mean to say like he's like, oh my god, he's like this grandmaster overlord evil chess player. Like, no, he's he's just like a dick, but I akin him to like Steven Crowder, basically. How's he an idiot and how's he bad faith? I'll give you two of my best examples, okay, and we can talk about them. The first and biggest example that I have is that whenever he talks about transgender people, the first thing he says is, I acknowledge the difference between race, or between sex and gender. And then the very next thing he does is conflate the two, every single time. The only reason he's saying that he agrees that there's a difference between them is so that he can then proceed to conflate them, so that anybody who's too fucking stupid to know that he's conflating them is too fucking stupid to know. They're the same thing? Then why does Ben Shapiro say they're different? Do you disagree with Ben? Disagree with Benny Boy? Transgenderism is social engineering pushed by the elite. See what happens when you ban Destiny, G? See what happens when you ban Destiny? Now all these people have nowhere to go. Just kidding. Just kidding. For real though. Yeah, man, so my biggest reasons that I think, I thought you were being ironic trolling with your dumb flat earth comment. Okay, I mean, listen, you're more than welcome to think the flat is Sorry about that. You're more than welcome to think that the earth is flat, you know, shit happens. We've all been there, man. I used to go on fucking 4chan all the time, dude. Who am I to judge? Dude, this guy's actually just gonna fuck my lawnmower. I'm actually just fucked. It's just GG. Just fucking just give up a game, actually. Just triggered. It's because I have these stupid fucking mushrooms. They're such a waste of fucking breath. Oh my god, kill me. Everyone thinks flat earth is stupid until you actually look into it. No, everyone thinks flat earth is good until you actually look into it. Flat earth is the definition of just do a little bit of research. No disrespect. I mean, I guess that is kind of disrespectful, but love you, buddy. No, that's true. That's okay. That's fair enough. Yeah, it's not as if the entire thing is predicated on just utter bullshit. But what it is predicated on is exploiting people who don't understand science to make them believe something that's not true. So it may as well be. That's all I'm saying. Flat Earth is a disinfo campaign created by the FBI. Oh my god, you see the different like dimensions of depth? It's like everybody has their own like alpha giga chad reason for believing what they believe. It's like, ha, you just believe this because the government made you believe that. Ha, you just believe that because the Russian government made you feel like the American government made you feel like, and it's just like, you can just constantly go one level deeper to some other ridiculous thing. It's goofer. It's goofy goobers. Example of a good conspiracy theory. Well, a conspiracy theory is something that by definition didn't happen. So if you're saying like a good conspiracy, well, I guess a conspiracy theory would be something that we don't know happened. But like a good conspiracy would be like Watergate, where for much of the time, like when it initially happened, no one was really sure what was going on, and then it very quickly got outed to be a real thing. I feel like Watergate's a good conspiracy. The best conspiracy theories are the ones that end up being true, by the way. I would hope we all agree with that. It's kind of the point of this conspiracy theory, right? It's like, show a truth that no one else can see. The UN's logo is literally a flat earth map, just look into it. I believe it, dude. Made from a time when people wrote with feathers. Now we have iPhones and weather balloons. Honestly, Sway, if you just buy a weather balloon, tie it to your iPhone, and launch that fucker up into space until it pops, I'd just love to see the video. Just unedited, you know? I would just love to see what we see in that video. I'd be really interested to see what would come from that. Who knows what we might find? Maybe we'd see the dome. Plus, just because media agrees with a conspiracy theory doesn't stop it from being a conspiracy theory. Well, hold on, Gonzo. I think this is what you're not understanding. If the theory is indeed proven true, then it's not a theory anymore. Then it's just a conspiracy, right? Like Watergate, we wouldn't call it a conspiracy theory anymore. Nowadays, we call Watergate a scandal or a conspiracy because we know what happened, right? A conspiracy theory is something that hasn't been proven yet but could be, like saying like 9/11 was an inside job. That's a theory. There's no concrete proof. Nobody knows for sure. It's just a claim being made, right? Yet people still claim they can see the curvature from an airplane at 33,000 feet. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I used to fly back and forth from Florida to Arizona. It was 6 times a year, and that's a 4.5 hour flight at the least, 7 hours at the most. I used to take those flights. And I was 30,000 feet in the air, quite a bit. That's 12 planes per year, if you're wondering. Sometimes more if you do connecting flights. And every single time I went up there, the Earth just looked like a completely 2D drawing. I don't know. No, it was round as fuck, my dude. Not gonna lie. Almost got you there. Oh my... Is this whack-a-mole? The fuck? I just want to play the tower defense game, man. Jesus. Oh my god. Oh my god. You just got based whack-a-mole pilled. Oh, we can just fucking... Looking at the old test footage, people went back to work on Hiroshima and Nagasaki after the bombs and still live there today. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This sounds like some shit that like I would say. I don't know who the fuck still lives in Hiroshima or Nagasaki. Not sure what the fuck you're talking about. Oh my god, he's eating the thing, eating the grave. That is sick. What are we supposed to do here? Just this forever? Jesus. We just keep eating them and they keep appearing. Speaking of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, did you guys know that the US dropped messages for 30 days leading up to the actual bombing? For 30 days out of cargo planes, they launched papers from the sky that said, we're going to bomb you in 30 fucking days. And 30 days, oh, and the Japanese government told them it was all propaganda. And then 30 days later, miraculously, those 2 places blew up. Who knew? Based. How many people live at your mom's house? How is this hard? Jesus Christ, this is fucking Snoresville, USA. Sorry for all those people who can only click 3 times per minute. Shit's gonna be hard for you. Based. Very based and not doomer pilled. Destiny got banned for Leah Thomas, right? No, actually they won't say, so nobody knows for sure. But the guess is it's probably Leah Thomas, yeah. Which is extremely fucking stupid. I'm not even gonna lie, it's some of the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. But it's okay. Who needs reasonable discourse? Alright, so let's get the flower. Fuck the sun shroom, that guy's garbage. Fume shroom is lit. Get this guy, this guy. I thought you hated Ben Shapiro now? I do hate Ben Shapiro. What does this have to do with Ben Shapiro? You agree with Shapiro and his trans stance? No, I don't think that trans people are stupid. Or subhuman or shouldn't exist or have no place in this sphere. All I think, and this is something that not just Ben has said, but many trans people have said. Yeah, I guess you could say I agree with Ben Shapiro on this. Sure. If you want to say that Ben Shapiro agrees with all the lefties on this one too, then fine. But that's what this entire debate is about, is there's a split between lefties who think, well, hold on, we should probably wait to see what the difference is between these people. Think it's okay to make fun of trans people? It depends on what you mean. If you think it's okay to make fun of a trans person at all, then of course I agree with you. If you think it's okay to make fun of a trans person for being trans, then right now I would say no, because I think it should be a protected class. And until it's not a protected class, I wouldn't want to see that change. But one day, yeah, I don't think there'd be a problem with it. No, he's just streaming on Twitch. I can see Horror and Eyes. Horror Eyes? That old chat is from like a few hours ago when I was getting everything set up. How's everything going? Horror. All the YouTube orbiters have arrived. There's only one protected class, humans. In no way, shape, or form are humans a protected class, but I appreciate the sentiment, I think. I don't know why I did that. I should not have done that. That was really stupid. I'm gonna restart the level now because I hate myself. Kind of fucked in privilege and inequality. Yeah, but if you're saying that, then I don't really think you understand the point of a protected class. The whole point of a protected class is what they're going through is already kind of fucked and cringe and inequality. So it's like a best of both worlds situation, or the least bad of both worlds situation, where it's like we're finding the one thing that we think might work. And you don't have to agree with that. That's fine, but it's not that people aren't saying we should protect a class because for no reason. It's we should protect a class because this class is already getting super fucked by society, and we should probably be cognizant of that, which I actually do agree with. Like, for example, the entire point of the trans athlete argument. Should women be allowed to compete in sports professionally? Well, if we eliminate the gap between that, no biological woman will ever compete in a sport again. And you could say that that's fine, but I think that women are already at a disadvantage when it comes to sports, and I think for that reason they should be protected. So I think they should be a protected class. It's the exact same thing that I think about trans people, just on the other foot, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with making protected classes. I think the issue is when you shit on other classes or shit on the rights of others for a protected class. That's when you go too far. I don't think we should ever do something like that. Which is exactly what this entire debate is about, right? It's not about should the women be, or should the trans athletes should be allowed to compete. It's should we eliminate the barrier and never allow a woman to break a record again? Which, if you think that's fine, whatever, but that's what it's about, right? You're allowed to shit on other classes, not protected ones. I mean, you know the difference between a crime and a hate crime, right? A hate crime is a crime against a protected class. Like, for example, if I were to go out on the street and beat a black person half to death, and then I shout some expletives at him or something like that, say the N-word or something like that, right? You would argue that that's a hate crime, which is a step above a crime, right? How's that not a pseudo-aristocracy? I mean, ask everybody who voted that hate crime should be a thing, right? No, I understand what you're saying. I don't think it's a perfect system, I agree. But I'd rather have protected classes than not have protected classes. Because the alternative is, now you have just this no man's land where we can just call trans people subhuman trash and nobody gives a fuck about that. And, of course, if trans people were completely equal to white people and completely equal to straight people, I wouldn't care. But they're already super fucked in a bunch of other ways of society, so it's like, are we really just gonna let them get fucked in this way too? Like, maybe we should just make a few small changes to make things a little bit more equitable for them. Not equal, just equitable. That's all I'm asking for. And you can see that that's what I'm all about, right? And I'm not trying to do the Ben Shapiro, like, there's a difference between equality and equity. I'm just saying that, like, I think that it is fair to say that a trans person just wants, like, an equitable shot at being treated normal. I think that that's a pretty fair thing to say. Ton of these laws get passed outside democratic checks. Look, I'm not gonna argue that Democrats are like the people to go to get it fixed, because they kind of suck at some shit, for sure. They're not the best people in the world for the job. But the reality is you have Republicans who say, well, fuck trans people, they should just never be allowed to do anything ever as long as they live, despite the fact that they're a growing class. Lord knows how it's gonna work in 50 years when they're like 10% of the population, but I just don't. And then you have the lefties who are like, we're gonna go too far, but at least we give a fuck about these people's rights. And it's like, damn, these are my choices, huh? Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. God damn. I need the chomper, man. This shit is impossible without the chomper. It has been declared. This is impossible without the chomper. Oh, shit. Is that how that works? Yeah, man, I don't know. I just don't think that the answer is like we should, like, right now I think the answer is we probably should not, or we should probably reconsider how we're going to allow trans people to compete. That's all I'm saying. Because right now it's just becoming very unequal for women, which is just a very sad reality when they're already a protected class for us. Like, something you guys need to understand is us having sports for women at all is a protected class. We're not doing it to see the fastest or the highest jumping. Nobody watches women's sports. You can complain about it all you want, but it's true. Nobody watches the women's sports. Nobody watches women compete. It's a protected class. We do it so that women can compete to something just like men do. It's not about being the best of the best. It's just about having a fair shot. That's why women's sports exist. But if we're going to say that now trans women can be in there, and right now I don't know where the science is. Anybody who says they know where the science is lying to you, because it's all very new stuff. But right now the science seems to suggest that there is a pretty big advantage to being a trans athlete. I just think it's something that might need to be considered is all. But it really just depends, and it you know, we can't just like do these broad sweeping like this is the right thing to do, this is the wrong thing to do. We need to be like a little bit more like nuanced about the situation, because we're already talking about a nuanced class, women who do not compete at the very, very highest level of sports. So, but then what's the other alternative? Like give trans their own sports category? Okay, so you have 4 people competing against each other. You have one football team that runs drills all day. I don't know. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's just a tough one. Just the same shit. All right. Well, we need the chopper, dude. Fuck the hypno shroom. That shit is garbage. Shit is hot fucking garbage. So we want puff shroom. Of course, the walnut is unbelievable. Repeater, chomper. I guess we'll take a cherry bomb. This is cool. Let's get the scaredy shroom going. Okay. Jesus, this is kind of close. All right, what else is on the agenda today? Let's see. Transgender sports. Whoops. That's funny as fuck. All right, I guess we'll go to the variety hour. How long have we been streaming here? Let's see. We're at about 2 hours and 33 minutes. So it's been a pretty productive stream. Lots of conversation so far. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Fuck the state of Twitch politics right now. If you're tired of that shit, you came to the right place. Getting this fucking game pull going. Go. Zombies are coming. Better grab a towel. I don't know, man. These are all questionable questions. But above all, I think that, gotta at least figure out a way to give transgender people a shot. I just don't think this is the way right now. Broad blanket, just allow them in. I don't know. I do think there is something to be said though about how nobody complained when they were like 500th. Now it's like first, and it's like, oh, now it's a problem. But it's kind of always been an implicit problem, I guess. See if anything's gone on in the. Ooh, forgot about this. Alright, let's check out the old YouTube. Anything good? Destiny banned. Twitch is dying. Pons returns. I'm getting recommended my own shit. Wow, crazy. Thanks. What is YouTube thinking when it's... What is going through YouTube's brain when it recommends me my own thing? Hey, this might be good. Check it out. Dumb fog. There's nothing good on YouTube right now, by the way. Nothing good. Have you guys seen Ordinary Sausage? Have you guys heard of that channel? This man is a legend. He will just take any ingredient that exists on the planet and try to turn it into a sausage. He'll put it in a sausage casing and he'll cook that shit. And it is very disturbing. He'll do that shit to like breakfast cereal. I don't know, man. You ever had a breakfast cereal sausage? Me neither. Alright, now we're Bing chilling. Yeah. Okay, now we start putting up the potatoes. They say walnut, but you're not. Don't even lie, okay? When you were a kid, this was a fucking potato. No fucking walnut. Don't kid yourself. Oh yeah. This guy's getting fucked up, man. He's getting fucked up.
Yeah, package.
Huh?
A package.
I got a package. Oh, that's the, can I see it? Yeah. Arigato. Alright, check it out. What do we got, boys? Why, of course. Oh, shit. It is a mint condition doggy fur shedding blade. Okay? While you guys were watching the dog, he was studying the blade. See if we can get this out without cutting our fingers. Jesus Christ. These things always scared the piss out of me as a kid. They just have some really spooky potential, you know? Just look at how spooky it is, man. This looks like a murder weapon, like if you're a kid, you know? You don't know the difference. Huh?
It looks like a noose.
A noose?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, it'd be the most painful noose ever. My God. The noose of thorns. Did the song just start over for real? Fuck you. So I tried to make the title as clickbaity as possible, right? So I put the worst ban ever, why I had to return to Twitch. I kind of wanted to imply that I got banned. It's funny. And then to everyone's disappointment, it's just another dude talking about the Destiny situation. But what do you think? Anybody, any former DGG orbiters in the chat? Honestly, I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure everybody who watches that guy is just gonna go to DGG. Like, they were just watching him on Twitch for, like, emotes and shit. I don't think there's any, like, chronically twitchers that are, like, doing that shit. Okay, so I guess we then just go like this, and then like this. And then probably like this. And then we can put that down like that. Alright, now we have to just really hope we get enough for a cherry bomb in the next few seconds here. Oh! Piss! Didn't even really need that. I kinda wanna see if this works. What do you guys think? You think my dog is gonna be mad or glad? Mad or glad? Don't get mad. This is not lo-fi, man. Does nobody know what lo-fi means? It's like, you look up non-copyright lo-fi music and they're like, oh, you mean electronic music? In what way did I mean electronic music? Jesus. Stupid is as stupid fucking does, man. This dude's got his underwear out. Banned. Banned from Twitch. Banned. Even zombies cannot show their zombie dongs without getting banned. If only he were in a hot tub, then he would have been fine. It's our time, guys. It's time for the fan-made Plants vs. Zombies 3 Hot Tub Edition. Where are you at? Oh yeah, now we got a double shooter on every street corner. Jesus. Hell yeah. We still need one here. This dude's gonna fucking murderize us. I just think it's so funny that every like lo-fi song, like at some point, or like every lo-fi music creator is like at some point they gotta throw in the Navi sound bits, you know? Hey, listen! They just gotta put that shit in there. They can't resist it, okay? It's like, it's just impossible. Okay, it comes with the territory. It's the ultimate fart sniffing exercise. Not gonna lie. A massive wave of zombies is approaching it. What did the group of zombies say to the other group of zombies? Nothing, they just waved. Oh, fuck! Oh my god. We didn't put a fucking potat in the middle. Wait, how did they get past it? They just... Oh, Milo appear behind it? It's kind of some... Oh, Milo horse shit. It's alright. Nobody has a perfect game, ever. It's impossible. Can't be done. Haha, we did get a perfect game. Get fucked. Oh shit, these guys, never mind. Ah! Oh my god. It's so close. Okay, perfect. This guy's fucked. Jesus, man. The things I gotta do to fucking beat this game. Okay, here we go. Boom. Chomped. Let me just throw this guy here. Come on, just 3 more before the potato goes away. Come, my pretties! Woo! 1 more! Dead. Oh, get fucked. Temporarily immobilizes your mom. Oh, it's so funny, the mama joke. Let's see if the boy Shagster's streaming. Let's check it out. Let's check out twitch.tv/ shaggy or / x shaggy x underscore wait. Twitch.tv / x shaggy x underscore. Unless you've got a time machine, this content is unavailable. Oops, just looking at the wrong. There we go. He is not streaming. He is not indeed online. He is not indeed streaming online. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Oh shit. Heather made it into the Discord. We have to give her the role of Stream Bros, as well as a amphibian orbiter. Cool. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I changed the layout of the Discord. I sorted everyone by rarity. So of course we have the the legendary Stream Bros, the ultra rare Goat Frogs, you know, because they're goated, the rare Pink Froggo Armada, and then of course the common Amphibian Orbiters, and then the uncommon Deep Dwelling Lurkers, the Deep Dwellers, people like G, those vile, just kidding. Temporarily immobilizes all zombies on the screen. No, 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 no. You've lost my interest, Plants vs. How dare you offer me something like that? How is the YouTube channel doing? Let's check. For me something like that. You can hear my awesome fan on. So one thing I absolutely hate about this house is there's this giant air vent right there, and it's so fucking loud you can hear it constantly, man. Check out this picture my girl's drawing. It's a dog. The dog with the frog. The epic frog dog. Okay, back to my screen. Alright, let's figure out what the plan is for tomorrow. Let's see, talk about equitable discourse. It's kind of what we're getting into. It's going to be our arc here, the equitable discourse arc. Okay, talk about equitable discourse arc. Okay, create. Someone's banging. Create template for good debate. I'll probably have this already done by the time you're there. Make YouTube video. Just farted. Let's see. OBS. Okay, so we can do that while we're streaming. That's going to be the new goal here. Okay, and then what else do we got? What else is going to be our goal for tomorrow? Let's see. I'm really excited for the equitable discourse arc. I think it's going to be a good, I think it's going to be very productive. Our goal kind of going forward is just to create a really positive environment for discourse itself, not really for any particular group of people, but that's the goal. Make broad goals moving forward. 1 month and 3 month. We'll make a 1 month goal and a 3 month goal. Let's see, does this sound good? So we'll talk about the equitable discourse arc. We're kind of going to go more into what the heart of the arc is, how I think I can get equitable discourse out of people, how I think I can extract positivity from people like Demon Mama and possibly even Vosh, but, you know, Jesus fucking Christ. And then also message at least 3 people to debate. This is going to be kind of tough right now because Twitch is in a bit of a dodgy spot at the moment. Let's see, topic, DGG ban, what else? Transgender sports, What else triggers the fuck out of people? Jesus Christ. Can't even talk about these things without people getting mad. I bet there are people getting mad just looking at me writing this down. DGG ban. You know what I'm saying? Get the fucking comments rolling. Let's see, transgender sports and equitable discourse. Oh, and lastly, start template for, what is this? There's something that I wanted to do. I thought it was a really cool idea. It's kind of like a cognitive dissonance thing. Blue pill. So basically the entire idea is like, what my goal going forward over the next few months is, my kind of like, my message pretty much to people is going to be, we can still have good discourse, but when we have bad discourse, that doesn't mean the person you're having it with is incapable of it. So like people who have never had a good debate in their life, like Xander Hall or Demon Mama, that doesn't mean that they're incapable of it. It could mean that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. And this is about going through the process of determining that and seeing what can be done to help alleviate these things. The biggest thing of which would be a cognitive dissonance thing. So the biggest reason that someone would believe something but not be open-minded to it, even if they're a normally open-minded person, is because of cognitive dissonance, right? You've been swept up in some wave and you're not really using your brain, but your brain is telling you that you are. So helping to show that to people, I think, is going to be a good thing. I think I want to center a lot of debate around, I want to bring people in basically and say, look, I want to show you some examples of what you've said and show to you why I think that this is kind of going into the realm of bad faith, or why I think that you're not really using your 100% of your brain here. But try to do it in the most gentle way possible. Now, from the job that I've done over the past few months, one thing that I've gotten really, really good at is delivering bad news in really, really gentle ways, being a debt relief consultant. So I definitely understand what I want to do and how I want to do it. It's just a matter of getting it done and seeing what the reactions are. I've never done something like that with someone on Twitch who, these people are chronically online. They have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. They get very upset when you call them wrong or liars. So my goal is just going to be to approach it very gently. Let's not call them a liar. Let's just show them why I don't think what they're saying is true. But sadly, that's what you have to do. But I think I think it's going to be productive. So I want to create a template basically to where I can ask people a specific set of questions so that they don't feel patronized. I'm not harassing this specific person. I ask everybody these sets of questions, right? And I'll always kind of bust these questions out when I think that cognitive dissonance is happening. A really good example is right now in the transgender sports debate, you hear a lot of lefties saying things like, well, if women aren't competitive enough to be in sports, then they shouldn't be in sports ever. Like, you're kind of making some turfy righty arguments there. Let's take it a step back here a little bit. But like, you have to understand that they're not saying that because they hate women or because they want to objectify them. They're in cognitive dissonance, right? They're not thinking about the woman aspect of it. They're thinking of the transgender sports aspect of it and nothing else. So you have to show them that, hey, take a look. See what you're saying? See why this is fucking crazy? You see why this isn't really creating equitable discourse? You see why, like, yeah, you know, you have to show them the flaws in their thinking, show them the flaws in their logic. Well, hold on, aren't women a protected class too? What is the level at which we are willing to give up women as a protected class for another one, right? Like, these are questions that we need to have. But it's sad, you ask people nowadays and their response is to get mad. So the goal is going to be as baby, gentle, calm, and nice, and good feelings and happiness as you can, Pons. That's going to be the goal. Because you could seriously trigger people. I don't know. I really don't want to do that. I think it was really fun for me before, the last time I streamed. I think it is fun to trigger people. I like doing it. And if someone is truly completely far gone and there's nothing I can do, then yeah, at that point I'll probably start trolling. But if I think that there's even a chance that someone like can think of the right stuff, they just need to be like maybe presented with the right facts, then I'm gonna try it. Especially now, 100%. Even people like Xander Hall, God bless his soul. He is a very special snowflake, but he's very, very dumb. But I don't think that he's so dumb that he can't see the truth. I think he just needs to be shown what's going on. Kind of like a meta review, you know? You ever heard of like a meta conversation? Like, let's not talk about anything specific. Let's talk about the way that you debate. Let's have a meta conversation. That's going to be me. I'm going to be the guy who goes in, gives the meta review, maybe rates how good you are at debating in like 3 key categories on a scale of 1 to 10, and then gives you an overall number. And that is your debate number. Something like that. I know it sounds silly, but something to that effect I think would actually be very effective. Because we need to start as a community asking ourselves what makes good and bad debate. Nobody's doing that. We're just all assuming that we already know and then starting. And it's garbage. Look at how far that's gotten us, okay? So it's got to stop. On step 1, I think, is going to be like parsing this out. So like, there's like what makes you a good debater? I think it's processing someone else's words. So not just hearing them, not even understanding them, but processing them. How do I fit this into the conversation? What is it that they're trying to tell me and why? Something that very few people can do, okay? So your ability to process someone else's words, I think that most people are really bad at that, but that's what I think makes good debate. I think your ability to understand why the other believes what they do. I know this sounds similar as the other one, but it's very different. What I'm saying here is we need to stop saying that you believe this because you're a white supremacist. You believe this because you're a Nazi. You believe this because you're a dumb fuck. You believe this because you haven't thought of it all the way through. What you need to start doing is asking yourself, why would someone reasonable believe this? And try to figure that out. And if you don't know the answer to that, then ask probing questions to get there. But you need to understand why they believe it before you can even begin to touch the argument. Because if you don't understand them and you start to say something like, well, you're saying this and you're saying that, you can't say what they're saying. They haven't agreed that you're able to do that yet, right? They haven't agreed that you have that ability. So you're just putting words in their mouth, in their mind, even if you don't think you are. Again, a debate is it's like playing tug of war, right? Without equal tension on the other side of the rope, one of us goes flying. You have to have it work both ways. We need to be thinking about, yes, how to prove the other person's argument wrong if we're in a serious debate, but also how to prove it right, because we need to understand how they're there. If we don't understand that, then you just end up like Hassan, where you're like, bro, you have no idea what you're talking about, bro. You're so stupid. I can't even believe you think that, bro. You actually think that? And then that's all you have to say. You can't go anywhere. You can't produce any profitable conversation. You can't make any ground with the person. The only thing you can do is shit on the fact that they believe what they do, because you have no fucking idea why. Ask Hassan why a righty believes that abortion should be legal. He has zero fucking idea. And I'm not saying that they're right. I'm just saying understand, right? Just understand why. That's it. And then lastly, I think it would be conveying your own thoughts in a positive, forward-thinking way. So what do I mean when I say forward-thinking, right? I'm not talking about just tell people what you're thinking, because I thought for a very long time that just telling people what you were thinking made you a good debater, and I think it made me a very bad one. What actually makes you a good debater is being able to communicate your thoughts in a positive, forward-thinking way. So it's not just about, this is what I think, let me put it on the table and let's talk about it. It's about, this is what I think, this is where it came from, and when I'm asking you these questions, this is where I'm going, right? You're not hiding the cat in the bag. We all remember that classic, bait and switch thing that like Destiny's done in the past, or Vosh, where it's like, tell me if you agree with the statement. And it's like, no, I don't agree with the statement. They're like, well, see, this statement is literally on the study that you sent to me, you fucking idiot. Okay, you're right. They don't agree with the statement. They don't agree with the statement of the thing that they sent you. They're a hypocrite for it. It's true. But calling them a fucking moron, telling them they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, shitting on them for it, is never going to create positive ground. You're never going to get anywhere with those people. You're never going to get any ground. At the end of the day, they just think that you're shitting on them, and you are just shitting on them, even if you're right, right? You don't have to be right to shit on someone. You don't have to be wrong to shit on someone. You just have to do it. So a more positive, forward-thinking way is, well, look, I understand what you're saying, but even what you sent me, I'm looking at one of the quotes here, and it says blah, 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 and I don't think that you would agree with that. So how do you parse that out? What are your thoughts when you read that, and how does that, and being that you read this, why did you still send it to me? Like, what was your inspiration for doing that? I'm trying to understand, because to me it seems like these things aren't matching up. You see, you're saying that the person's an idiot, you're saying they have no idea what they're talking about, but you're saying it in a smoother, calmer, more palatable way, right? And it's not just about being palatable. I'm not talking about being PC. We got to use all the nice words and the right language. No, it's not about that. It's just about making someone understand that you understand them. So there can be no denying. One thing that makes Destiny a very, very bad debater is that he doesn't make it very clear he understands what the other person is talking about. So when he starts shitting on somebody, all the people in the middle just hear him shitting on somebody. They don't hear him going, oh, he completely understands what the other person is saying, and now he's shitting on them because he knows it's garbage. They don't hear that. They don't hear that nuance. Nobody hears nuance. You are never going to convey nuance in a conversation. That's why you have to be baby about it and stuff. That's why you have to say shit in a little kid way like this, because you're never going to get the nuance. It's impossible. It doesn't exist. Nuance happens outside of debate, okay? Here's your fucking black pill moment of the day. Nuance does not happen in a debate. It's impossible. People are too fucking stupid to do it. So convey your own thoughts in a positive, forward-thinking way. Look, I understand what you're saying, but I'm going to ask you now about this. And the reason I'm asking you that is because it leads into this and this and this and that. You're not being a jerk. You're not hiding the ball. You're not getting a gotcha. You're not pulling out the carpet. You're not switcheroo. You're not changing the subject. You're not straw manning or steel manning, or you're just saying what you think. You're saying what it makes you think of, and you're saying how you don't think it makes any sense. Don't muddy down the conversation with all this garbage about, well, what you're saying is actually a straw man, because if you think about it, it's an, and what you're saying is actually, if you think about it, it's actually a this and that, and actually you're debate broing me right now, and just stop thinking about it that way. Just start thinking it about, when you say X, my brain thinks of Y. And for those two reasons, I think Z. That's it. That's how you get a good conversation. My brain thinks transgender people deserve to have a right in athletics. My brain also thinks, that's X, right? And then we have Y. My brain also thinks that women should have a fair place in sports. They shouldn't be excluded from sports. And for those two reasons, I think Z, right now, it's very difficult for us to find a fix for this, and I don't know what should be done, but I definitely think we should err on the side of women, since there's much, much, much more women in sports than there are transgenders in sports. It's my X, Y, and Z. A demon mama might say something like, I have literally no idea what you're talking about. Nothing you're saying is making any sense. But to anybody who's using your brain, in fact, that made a lot of sense. Even if you don't agree with it, you understand what I'm thinking, you understand where I'm thinking it and how. You're going step by step by step. People like Demon Mama can then say shit like, you have no idea what you're talking about, or you're just talking out of your ass. But all those people on the fence, all those people just heard you use your brain and heard Demon Mama not. And that means something. That's production. That's how you get somewhere with a conversation. You're not being a jerk, you're letting your good faith speak for itself. Okay? Destiny goes for the gotchas, and don't get me wrong, he's got some pretty fucking good gotchas. But the thing is, a gotcha's never gonna get progress in a debate. All a gotcha's gonna do is make the other person feel like a fucking moron. And don't get me wrong, sometimes people deserve to feel like fucking morons. But the answer is not to make everybody feel like a moron all the time, because now that's what Twitch politics is. What do you believe? Oh, well, I believe that, are you serious, bro? You actually believe that? You're so fucking stupid and transphobic, and that's Twitch politics now. Because there is no nuance. There's no nuanced debate. There's no let's talk about this. There's no, that shit is gone, okay? And it's your fault, just as much as it is mine. You see, it's not the streamer's fault. It is their fault for being subhuman pieces of trash, okay? It is their fault for having these horrible, shitty opinions that they want to share with us. But it's your fault for consuming it. And it's your fault for liking it. And it's your fault for continuing to consume it knowing that it's trash. So understand that what you're watching is trash. Wake up to that fact. And don't let it take you down. When you discover that Twitch is filled with shitters, it can do one of two things to you. It can build you, or it can break you. I'm a firm believer that every single thing in life that we can let build us, we must. We must let it build us. We have to become better. There's no way we're going to improve in life if we stay where we are, if we stagnate. But if we all work towards improvement, then we can make the entire scene a much better place. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I'm gonna start wrapping things up now. It's been about, let's see, we're at just about 3 hours and 5 minutes, and it's been a pretty good stream. I hope everyone else is feeling pretty good. I'm feeling great. I'm really glad I streamed today. It made me feel like I did something that was worth it, you know? I really do believe what I'm saying. This isn't some bullshit. This isn't some scheme to get big or famous or get all your money from you. Don't get me wrong. I would love to make money off of YouTube and Twitch, but that's not my goal here. My goal here is we need to stop this shit from ruining everybody. We need to stop this shit from ruining politics. If I can come in and fix politics and then leave, then that would make me happy too. I would like to stay. I would like to be a part of Twitch politics and be a part of making this place better, but I'm not counting on it. I understand that becoming a big streamer is rare. My goal is just to bring equitable discourse back into the discussion, because nobody's even fucking talking about it right now. Nobody's even talking about what a good debate looks like. It's sad. Good stream though. Good stream. I love everybody. Yeah, man. I'm glad I got to do this again. How's stream been, man? Been lurking while I'm gaming. Good. Just wrapping everything up. Bing chilling. I actually think the stream went really good. I got to have good conversations. I expected it to be like, you know, first day back, just not really a lot of traffic, but I got a decent amount of traffic, which was kind of cool. It was nice to talk to people again. Nothing crazy though, you know, nothing like it was before. And that wasn't even crazy then. But yeah, things are going good, man. Things are going good. I'm excited. How's Tarkov? Yeah, you have some good customs runs? Trying to bust them with the customs. A custom is a buster with a C. I'm gonna keep it real 55th straight. I'm gonna keep it real 55th straight. Tarkov been lit! Oh my god. How about it? Shredded these two's nerds in Resort. Ugh. Disgusting. Yeah, man, Tarkov is a good game. I've heard from all the Tarkov tryhard Overlord Omega LOL gamers that get like maxed out in like 2 weeks. I've heard from all those people that every single street or every single patch the game gets worse. So it's kind of weird. It's like playing League of Legends almost. Like you're playing a game that you know is one day going to be horrible. I mean, League of Legends is horrible now. I'm just saying, like, that's what it was like to play it back in 2012 or 2015. Maybe more closer to like 2016, 2017. 2012 League was a pretty fucking solid game. But yeah, tune in tomorrow. So we'll do a lot more talking about equitable discourse and what that means. Tomorrow we're going to make 2 templates. We're going to make a good debate template. So we're going to talk about what constitutes a good debate and how to get there. And then we're also going to talk about cognitive dissonance. We're going to make a template for that to see if someone is, you know, falling victim to cognitive dissonance. They just believe what they believe because they're, you know, all their friends believe it or whatever. I haven't been feeling that way. They made a lot of changes, but it's honestly for the better. People are honestly just mad you can't buy level 6 armor on flea market. Oh, shoot. Yeah, but I mean, like, Locomotion, that shit was garbage. I don't know if you played pre-Locomotion patch, Shaggy, but it was a lot better of a game before Locomotion got added. And then they're just like, I don't know, you're a train now, fuck you. It's like, oh, okay. I mean, it feels like shit. And what's the reason? Because people just stop at precise locations and snap aim. I don't know. I don't think that shit's gonna stop. But yeah, check out the Discord, check out all that stuff. Tune in. I'll probably stream tomorrow as well, I think. We'll do a stream around the same time, so we'll start at probably either 11 or noon. And we'll do another stream. I'm going to try to get some people on to debate, but as you guys know, now that Destiny is gone, there are 0 people who review and debate 5 viewer Andys. So, we'll see how that goes. I think we'll have to get going on the YouTube and become maybe a 6 viewer Andy before we can even consider that, but alright, y'all, I'm gonna go eat some dinner. Peace out. Tune in next time for more memes. Yeah, more memes and meme culture, of course. And of course, go on the Discord where you can get the most lay epic memes available. The Frog Paradise, the Pink Pepe Palace, where all ideas are safe, except for the ones that are not. Alright, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good night. I might actually go skating later. That sounds like a cool plan. Let's do some skating later. Alright, y'all. Peace out.